evening, folks, and welcome back once again to Pentiment. Ollie, welcome. Good evening. Taria, welcome. It's always such a soothing start. Some games, they kick you off, like Deus Ex. Remember we were playing Deus Ex? The menu music was such a got you in the mood to kick some ass. This is just so nice and mellow. Perfect for a Sunday stream, really, this kind of affair, but it's a Monday, but it'll have to do. It'll have to do. Right. So, yes, here I am. Between now and 10:30 tomorrow morning, I cannot put a single piece of food past my mouth. I'm now fasting for 16 hours. For some blood tests tomorrow. Happy days. And why is it that when you can eat what you want, I could be sat here having just had my dinner at 6:30 and I would not crave any food whatsoever. I might have a biscuit before bed, that's about it, and a cup of tea. But now because I know that I can't eat for 16 hours and I've only eaten less than, well, just about an hour ago, I suddenly want to eat things. It's like when you're told you can't do something, you have the urge to do it. It's like, you can't eat now for 16 hours, well, I want to eat. I suddenly got a ravenous appetite all of a sudden. I think it's a mental thing. Oh, well, Shelley, eating is good. Oh, please don't. I know eating is good. I love eating. This is half the problem. People say these intermittent fasts are good for you. Some people do this voluntarily. I'm not one of those people. I tried doing it at 12, was it 14:8? No, 14:10 fast. I tried 14:10. I couldn't do it. I thought to myself, I can do this quite easily. I can do without food for 14 hours, not a problem. And most of it's asleep anyway. But I don't sleep for that long. I sleep for like 6 hours. I get 6 hours sleep. I'm not a big sleeper, so it's not that much sleep, is it? To sleep away your fast. 6 hours of it. I've still got 8 to do, or as the case will be tomorrow, I'll still have 10 hours to do. Well, a bit this morning, this evening, sleep for a bit, and then I'll be getting up at 7 o'clock for work, so there'll be another good old chunk of time tomorrow morning. And you know what? The biggest thing is not necessarily the lack of eating tomorrow morning. That'll be bad enough. But I'm not the biggest breakfast person, and I have to be up for a couple of hours before I eat breakfast. So I get up at like 6, get to work for, say, 7:15. I won't have my breakfast until 8:30, and I've been up since 6. So I like to generate a bit of an appetite in the morning. So it won't be the breakfast that's the issue tomorrow morning. What will be the biggest problem? Cup of tea. I have to have a hot drink in the morning. I have to. And that was the biggest issue when I had my endoscopy. I had to fast for 12 hours. It was like, oh, you can't have tea in the morning. No, can't have anything. Can't even have water. What? That was the biggest killer. So, yeah. Anyway, so I rung good old NHS here. Just one last. I'll have one little tiny smidgen of a rant, and then we'll press on with the game. So obviously, I've had this appointment booked for about 2.5, 3 weeks now. They told me that I was having this appointment, and they know I have to fast for 16 hours. They sent me an appointment letter early last week, and they did say that a further letter would follow because I'm having some tests done. So to give me instructions. You know, and if you're fasting, some instructions that might be pertinent could be something like, you know, can I at least drink some water? Maybe, because with some fasts, you can have black tea, black coffee, just no milk and no sugar. Can I do that? I'd struggle with coffee, but I could have black tea, a cup of black Earl Grey with no milk and no sugar. I could just about manage that, just to wet the lips tomorrow morning. So, did I get a letter? No. So I rung them this morning, the department where I'm going, and spoke to a lady and explained the situation to the lady, and she said, oh yes, I'll have to speak to the doctor and I'll get back to you. She said. This was at like 10 o'clock this morning. It's now 7:20. Oh, no, it's not. It's 25 to 8. Clearly the place is shut now, but the point being, she didn't ring me back, and I'm one of these people that's quite belligerent in some things, and if I've rung you and you said you're going to ring me back, I'm not ringing you again. So I'm going to sit and suffer now and not eat a thing or drink a thing, and when I go to the hospital tomorrow, I'm going to mention it. Well, that's what I do. I could have rung her again at maybe 2, 3. Have you forgotten about me? But I thought, no, out of principle I'm not. You said you were going to ring me back and you've not. So I'm going to come tomorrow and feign weakness. I've not eaten or drunk anything for 16 hours. Oh, I could have drunk some tea. Oh, nobody told me, did they? No. I don't know what I'm going to get out of that. I don't know. I'm going to get some compensation, maybe. Am I hell? Am I going to get any sympathy? Probably not. So all I'm doing is torturing myself, but hey. Anyway, so there you go. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but apparently it's just a blood test. Right, what food am I getting after the appointment? This is what somebody asked me earlier, actually. You're not eating for 16 hours, you think, oh, what can I possibly have? I've done well for 16 hours, I can now eat again. I'm going to have the biggest breakfast ever. Could have a fry-up. Could pop to McDonald's. I'll probably just go home and have some cereal or porridge. It'd be very boring. Or I could just have a sausage sandwich. Because what I forgot to tell you in yesterday's stream, this is the last bit of Flim Flam because I do want to press on with the game. And then I'll say hello to everybody. I actually went to Costco on Saturday. I completely forgot. Did I mention I went to Costco? I don't think I did. I went to Costco on Saturday and I've not been to Costco for ages. Oh, I saw an advert for that, Chan. I saw an advert for that on Friday. And it did look tempting. But when I finished at the hospital, I'll want breakfast and not lunch. So, although by the time I get out of the hospital, it's probably going to be closer to 12 o'clock. So I could get a KFC. I could do. Oh, I'll have to bear that in mind, actually. And I'm playing football tomorrow. I can burn it off. Anyway, I went to Costco on Saturday. My mum wanted to go to Costco, so I took her to Costco. And plus, fuel there is pretty cheap compared to regular fuel. You get about 8p a litre cheaper than usual, so you just fill it up, why don't you? But I had to go to Costco because they do some good food. They do big trays of chicken legs and big trays of chicken thighs, and I love chicken. Just throw it in the air fryer, put some spice mix on it, you know, a bit of Cajun spice. I make my own Cajun spices, I make my own jerk seasoning. Throw that on, put it in the air fryer, leave it for half an hour, boom, it's done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Leave the skin on, crisp it up, it's delicious. Air fryer cooks chicken really, really well. So yeah, got trays of that. Big tray for a £5. There must be at least 25 bloody chicken legs in it. It's cheap as chips. Cheap as chicken. But I found something that I'd wanted to try from Costco for a long time, and I didn't think they'd have any left. Remember when I said that I wanted to go to Costco to get some pumpkin pie before Halloween finished? Well, there was pumpkin pie on Saturday. So whether it's an all year round thing in Costco, or whether it's just the residual stock from Halloween, I don't know. But they had some, so I was like, oh, pumpkin pie. It was like a tenner for this great big pie. Clearly Costco don't do small size things. They do everything in bulk, big, you know, everything. You want to buy some Lurpak? You're not buying a little 250 gram pack of it, you're buying a kilogram of it, you know. You want to buy some Ribena? Here's a pack of 3. They just don't do small stuff, do they? But that's where the savings come in, because you buy in bulk and it lasts you a long time. We got 40 frozen sausages, Richmond sausages, 40 sausages for £6. It's like, what? You pay like £3 in Lidl for 8 sausages. We've got 40 here for £6. It's great. So anyway, this great big pie, and I've been waiting to try this pumpkin pie for probably about 2 years, and somebody first told me about the fact that Costco do pumpkin pie, and I made my own pumpkin pie about 10 years ago, and it came out really nice, if I do say so myself. So I bought this pumpkin pie, rushed home with all the rest of the damn shopping, and cut this pumpkin pie slice open, and then I had a piece of it, expecting it to be as delicious and revelationary as the carrot cake, as their red velvet cake, or as I just tried prior to trying the pumpkin pie, their Belgian chocolate chip shortbreads. Again, you can't buy 3 or 4 of them, no, you've got to buy a box, and the box contains about 20. Clearly I can eat 20 if I really want to do, but I don't want to eat 20 because I'm trying to keep myself in shape here. But they're delicious. Oh, delicious. Pumpkin pie, however, bland. I couldn't believe it. I was so gutted. It's like, for me, the key to a good pumpkin pie, not that I'm an expert here because I've only had my own, but clearly, surely, has got to be about the spice, the flavour, the cinnamon, the allspice, the nutmeg, the flavours, the warm, rich flavours that come through from the spice, mixed with the smoothness of the... Surely that's got to be the draw to a pumpkin pie. What spice? Have they forgot to put the spice in this pie? That it's just bland. Absolutely bland. I was gutted. So I won't be rushing to buy any more pumpkin pies from Costco, but for Christmas, when we go again just before Christmas, I will be getting their carrot cake because it's rather delicious. But anyway, so there you go. That was my trip to Costco. Got some stocks. But yeah, big disappointment. Pumpkin pie, terrible. And so it's made me feel less hungry now because pumpkin pie, horrible. Thinking about the chocolate chip shortbreads, though, has got my mouth watering all of a sudden. But anyway, how was work? Work was good. I was in the office today. It's Monday. It was freezing cold this morning, and this morning was the first time that I had to put my heated seats on, my heating steering wheel on, and my heated windscreen on because there was frost on my car this morning. First day of this current winter period that I've had to face frost first thing in the morning, so it was not very pleasant. But I got out of bed, sprung out of bed right on time, got up at 6 o'clock, got in the shower, got done. I was springing my step. 3 new trainees have started today, so I inducted them and had meetings and got all their HR set up and got all their admin stuff set up, so a bit of a busy day. But yeah, pretty productive, got all my stuff done and came home at 1:30 and finished my day at home. Then, yeah. And I've just been chilling out ever since. So it's been a lovely Monday. Tomorrow should be alright, depending on this test thingy. So that was good. Dirk, welcome. Charm, welcome, of course, Shelley, to Kairos. Good to see you. Liv, should I be evil? You're always evil to me. I'm like, But you didn't follow that up, so maybe you have decided not to be evil, which is good. We've talked about KFC. Have I had my camera down my throat? Yes, I have. Thank you for asking. And it was just as unpleasant as the first time. I thought maybe because I've had it once before and I know what to expect, it'll be a little bit better than the first time because I know what to expect. So I went to the medical facility. This is a longer film than I anticipated. Went to the medical facility, and it was this whole new business complex in Leeds that I'd never been to before, and I've lived in Leeds my whole life, and I know Leeds like the back of my hand. So when I was arriving at this place, I was thinking, what the hell is this? I have never been here. And it's because it's been built within the past 12 months, so that's why I've never been there. But hey, it's like, new part of Leeds to explore. It's got a cinema and all the rest of it. It's got some shops, it's got some eateries, it's got a lovely hotel and spa, which I may have to visit because I do like a spa experience. And yeah, this lovely brand spanking new medical facility. So I went in there, sat down. Now normally if I'm having a procedure done that I'm not sure about or I know it's going to be painful, then I get a little bit anxious. Not to the point where I'm like shivering and shaking, but you get the butterflies and you're facing something unpleasant. You're gonna be like, not looking forward to this. I can be a bit quiet, so like my mother came with me because she likes to come to these medical appointments, just in case something goes wrong or something. So normally she's talking away to me, and I don't speak to her. I'm like, just leave me in my own space. I'm just thinking about what's going to happen to me. I'm clearly not happy about it. I can't converse with you right now, but she does it. Maybe she tried to take my mind off things, but I just never engage. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But so I wasn't like that. I was talkative. I was, just quite merry, thinking, I've had this done before. We'll just get it over with. It'll be quick and easy. Sat down with the nurse for the pre-operation, laughing, joking, telling her all about my ailments, and she was laughing and joking as well. She's a very bubbly lady. And she said, I'll just go get the woman who's going to do it for you. Whatever the title of the lady was. Endoscopologist? I don't know. Escapologist? Harry Houdini? Sat there waiting patiently. Not a murmur, not a thing to issue, not an issue. I know the procedure, I had it done. Anyway, she would get whisked inside very efficiently, very quickly. And it was quite interesting because there were like 3 people before me when I sat down in the waiting area, and I went ahead of them all. So I was like, what you guys are here for? Sorry for jumping the queue here potentially, but hey, they've called me in. Went into the place, and they taught you through the procedure, and there were 3 of them. Lovely old lady, one of them, and another lady doing something in the background, and then the woman that's going to do the camera down and all the rest of it. Oh, you just drink this anaesthetic mouth thing. They call it spray. Oh, it was spray. She did spray it. Open your mouth, she says, and she sprays this throat spray into your roof of your mouth and all round. And she says, right, close your mouth and swallow it. So you do that once. And she went, it tastes horrible, don't worry about it. And I was like, no, it tastes quite nice, actually. It tastes like Calpol. And she went, oh, you can have another lot then if you like it. And sprayed it in again, swirled it round, swallowed it. And I seem to recall the first time that it was like a really horrible experience where you can't feel the back of your throat. And you can't feel yourself swallow, which is the most bizarre sensation you're ever likely to come across. It's just awful. So so you find yourself going, because you can't feel your throat. It's horrible. So when I swallowed this 2 lots of mouth spray, I'm like, oh, this isn't as bad as it was last time, clearly. And she said, give it time. I thought, oh, give it time. And then it kicked in. I was like, oh, yes. Oh, it kicked in. So yeah, that was just as bad as the first time. But the camera down, so I lay down, and they're all talking to try to distract you. Oh, put your arm here, I'm just going to put this mouth guard on so you don't damage your teeth. And then everything's going on around you, and you're just laying there thinking, just stick the damn thing down, will you get it over with? And then down it goes. And then she rested on top of my tongue and started pushing it down. And again, rather prematurely, I thought in my head, because I can't talk at this point because my mouth's got somebody in it. I thought, oh, well, this is not as bad as I remember the first time. I can't even feel it. That's because it hadn't touched my throat yet. She took a while to guide it to over my tongue to get to the throat bit, and I'm thinking, must be my throat already. She's been sliding that thing down for a good 2 or 3 seconds now. No, then it hit my throat. Then I started to, and then it went down. Horrible sensation. But that wasn't the worst bit. That didn't seem as bad as the first time. What was worse than the first time for me was the stomach area. She was blowing air into it, and I could feel the air in my stomach expanding, and I felt pain, and then I was trying to burp and with the thing in my throat, and it was all a mess. And then they take biopsies. They did it last time just as a precaution, make sure there's no underlying inflammation. And then, unlike the first time, where all I could literally feel was a little bit of a little tickling sensation in my stomach, this time it was painful. I could feel the pain in my stomach as she was scraping these biopsies with this device. And every time she took it out, I was like, oh, it's finished. She went, no, we're getting another 3 biopsies. And there's this wire which she put into the camera. And every time that happened, I was like, oh, no, pain's going to happen now. And lo and behold, the wire went down and I felt pain in my stomach. I was like, oh my God, this is awful. Whilst obviously trying to choke and cough, and it's a horrible experience. Anyway, the 3rd one comes out, and then they whip it out, and I didn't even feel them take it out. And she went, right, I'm all done. I thought, thank the heavens. Thank the heavens. And it got the results straight away. So I have got nothing wrong with me, which doesn't explain my gastro problems, which have died down, but I still do have a couple of little bits and bats going on, like excessive burping still is happening and whatever else. But hey, nothing malicious there. But I do have a diverticulum. She showed me. It's like if you picture a road, and like good old UK roads, it's all very smooth until you get to a pothole. I've got like a pothole in my small bowel. I've got a diverticulum. And she showed me, and she went, that's only a little thing. And I looked at the pictures, like, that doesn't seem little to me. Is that fine? Just this little pothole in my small bowel. So there you go. So that was my experience. Fun times. 2 weeks ago Wednesday. I don't think a blood test is going to be as traumatic tomorrow, so we'll be fine. The only other test that I'm going to have coming up probably maybe early January, because I've got my neurology appointment on the 16th of December, is I need to have a nerve conduction study done, and apparently that's not very pleasant either, because they put small electric shock, they'll put loads of probes on you, and then they pass a small current through your nerves, and apparently it's very uncomfortable. I'm like, oh God. I've had everything. I've been poked, I've been prodded, I've been shocked, or soon to be shocked, and every time they just tell me, you're fine. I've gathered that now, doctor. I've gathered it. It's because you're testing me when I'm well. If you were testing me in July and August, you'd have got a different outcome, I'm certain. Anyway. Is it a reaction like retching or more like coughing? No, it's retching. It's gag reflex. But it's awful because when you gag naturally, because something touches the back of your throat, whenever you gag, it comes up. Yeah? When you gag when somebody's shoving a camera down and it's going down regardless of your gagging, you're gagging like hell for leather, but nothing's happening because it's still going down. It's awful. So when is the next point after tomorrow? I don't know, Jam, I don't know. Simply, they said that I would have to have 3 16-hour fasts done, and she didn't want them to be all in a row because it's a bit torturous. I would have just rather than got them done with, to be fair, but hey, so they're going to space them out a bit. So I don't know when the next one's going to be. I might get the appointment when I'm there. And Carrie, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Anyway, so there you go. My medical sagas continue. I'm getting my money's worth. I dread to think how much I would have to pay for all this if I lived in America. It cost me thousands of pounds, this would have done, and all I've paid so far is for my own MRI scan, which was 200 quid, which is not bad going really, and a neurology appointment, which I'm getting another one free on the NHS now anyway, so that was probably a waste of money, but I was at the time suffering with quite bad tingling sensations over my body and other neurological symptoms, which have since died down. Colonoscopy. Yes, I know somebody that's had a colonoscopy and they were very fine with it. In fact, unlike with the endoscopy camera down, the camera up, you can actually watch the camera working around your bowel and your colon. Whereas with the camera down, you're not in a fit state to be watching the camera where it's going. So yeah, not that I would wish to have a colonoscopy either, but yeah, if it was a choice between the two, I'd certainly have the colonoscopy rather than the endoscopy, I would suggest. Right, anyway, so where we left off, I'll answer any more questions as we were playing onwards now. We were here in the chapel in the old abbey ruins, and we were looking to snoop around to find some information to help us with our mural. So let's take a quick peek and just refresh ourselves. So the history to say, we need to ask somebody to translate it. Sister Gertrude was no good to us, we spoke to her. Baltas we haven't spoken to yet. Dr. Stoltz we haven't spoken to yet either, and even Father Thomas. So Sister Gertrude is off the list. Baltas is going to be our next bet. And then if Baltas can't do it, then we're going to have to go to the good doctor, unfortunately. And Father Thomas is our last resort. But that's the book, and we're not at the book stage yet because we're now here in the abbey. So we can enter the convent. Sister Suzanne will accompany me to and answer my questions. I should explore and see what I can learn about the history of this place. So that's what we're doing today, to start with. So we've got the chapel, so we'll go from left to right, I suppose. Let's see what we can find. We've got the convent courtyard. Oh, look! There is somebody stroking a cat. And these are the convent kitchens. I don't recall the abbey having these doors before. Have they branched out? You didn't even notice anything when you had one. Okay. Yeah. Apparently, before you have a colonoscopy, they give you like a powder sachet thing, sachet powdery, kind of really extreme version of a what they call them, laxative, to clear you out, apparently. And that's really people say that's the worst bit. you end up basically pooing out water by the time you've finished. Yeah. Anyway, how did we get onto this? Delight. Thankfully, I'm not eating tonight because I've had my dinner, so we can talk this kind of talk, and I won't be put off my food. Not that this kind of talk puts me off my food. I like my food far too much. You have to drink 2 litres of it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Let's hope I don't have to have... Oh, my God. This is the kitchen. There's not anything that interesting in here. Let me be the judge of that, actually, Suzanne, if you don't mind. Sister Marie and Sister... Who? Sister Sabu? It's probably a silent Y. Take care of most of the kitchen duties, but everyone pitches in when needed. Oh, that's good to hear. Teamwork... makes the dream work. I hate that saying. No I in team. My blood pressure goes instantly up at the doctor's. Yeah. It's like dogs and pets and cats when they go to the vets. If they go for the first time, maybe they're not so bad. But when they go once and they know what the vet entails, usually injections or being poked by a stranger, most don't like it, and we're no different. I was saying this to my mother actually, that as I've gotten older, I've become much less stressed about things like this. Like if I was like 20 years younger, maybe even 15, and going to the doctors for an endoscopy, I'd be in a panic. I'd be fretting, I'd be like, ugh. I was like it when I used to go to the dentist. I hate the dentist, right? I'm like, oh God, if you ever try having a filling, I'd be like having a thromby about it. I'd be worrying about it the whole day before. But as I've gotten older, I'm just like, you know what, just crack on with it. Stick it down, drill, do what you do, and just get it over with. I can't be arsed, just do it. And I've kind of adopted that attitude, which works really well, because I don't tend to get stressed anymore. I do practice some kind of meditation techniques too, which I picked up over the years. Yeah, I just crack on. Just pull bits of. The only thing I've not had done at the dentist yet, which I dread, is having a tooth out. I'm like, you're gonna have to put me to sleep. You've taken my teeth out, love. If you think you're pulling my teeth out of my head, you better knock me out. Right, Sister Yasabu. God bless you. God bless you, sister. How goes the cooking? As well as the Lord wills it. My old fingers fumble from time to time, but it is my privilege to prepare supper for the other sisters. Oh, very noble. Just as God gave Paul a thorn in his side, so too did he give me the pains of age to strengthen my faith. Such things are a blessing when compared to the pains Christ carried upon the cross. Yes, indeed. But didn't Christ die so that we don't have to suffer necessarily? In the next life, yes, but even Christ said we would face hardships while we live on this earth. I have chosen to find meaning and devotion to the Lord through my hardship. Well, thank you for sharing your perspective with me, sister. You are most welcome, child. Bless you. Yeah. It's not exactly Ramsay's kitchen here, is it? Otherwise it might be quite fun, cooking up some storms. Sister Marie, how are you doing? Oh, God bless you, child. Are you delivering something? No? I'm considered... Didn't we correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't we actually disclose to Suzanne that we were doing this? Is it such a secret anymore? I don't think we should spread the rumour too wide, to be honest with you. But I kind of think we've already told her this. I seem to recall, so it sounds rather stupid to try to now say this when she's present, really. Can anybody remember? I think we did. I'm almost certain that we said this to her. We just blurted it out, because I remember saying, or thinking, what the hell have you just said that for? Could have at least kept the act up a little bit longer. So, yeah. No, sister. I'm learning more about the convent's history, so that I can finish a mural in town. Very sneaky, I know, but here I am. Ah, I see. This kitchen has been used for decades. Longer than I've been alive, to be sure. I enjoy preparing meals for the sisters that nourish us, but I can never bring myself to butcher the animals. Sister Sebu has graciously taken on that task for us. We need sustenance, but I feel butchering any animal is wrong according to the rule of St. Francis. To cause suffering to any living creature is unnecessary and evil, even if God granted Adam and Eve dominion over the animals. The kitchen seems fairly simple. Is there anything here from the convent's founding days? No more than the structure itself, I'm afraid. Cookware needs replacing over the years. Though some nights a ghost appears to me by the cook fire, a lost spirit trapped between heaven and hell. Come now, sister. Nobody believes in ghosts. Come on now, surely. Sister Marie, not this again. Not to Magdalene, please. Yes, exactly. We're skeptic. Trick of the light? Moonlight must have gotten caught in smoke from the fire and you thought you saw an apparition. Upon my vows, I swear I saw a figure rise through the ground at vigils. I was so frightened, I fell prostrate and prayed to the Lord to save me. Dawn and dusk are the hours when the boundaries between this world and the spiritual world are weakest. We may be the newest arrivals here, but this convent is very old. Perhaps there was something Roman underneath this foundation centuries before. The spirit may seek to know the presence of God that it rests on holy ground. Them spelling errors. A Roman spirit might be a great addition to the mural. I don't know that the council would approve, though. It breaks my heart to think this spirit was crying out for help, trapped beyond heaven's reach. Why don't we keep going, Magdalene? It's better not to get Sister Marie too upset. Oh, of course. God bless you, sister. God bless you, child. She's a Fruit Loop. Spirits and ghosts. What the hell? Right, excellent. That was entertaining, but nothing for the mural really there. We haven't seen the ghost with our own eyes, and that would be a bit far-fetched, I think. Many people in town probably not going to believe that story. Anyway, who's this lady stroking this cat? Hello, Margaret. It's Magdalene. Oh, Magdalene. God bless you. You don't normally come to the convent alone. What brings you here? Not that you're not welcome, of course. It's always wonderful to have visitors. Oh, I had some spare time and thought I would say hello. Oh, well, hello. It's good to hear your voice, though. I enjoy it when outsiders visit the convent. Do you miss the outside world much, sister? Yes, sometimes. I miss the other Benedictine sisters especially. She never admit it, but Sister Lisbeth had the most wonderful voice. I always stood next to her if I could. Why stay then? Why didn't you leave when the Benedictines left Kearsau? Truth be told, I was too frightened to leave. Kearsau is my home. I didn't like the idea of becoming accustomed to a new place. Learning the convent's ins and outs was hard enough. I never went outside the convent much anyway. I know where everything is here, even if it's changed over the years. Sister Gertrude had already planned to stay too. The garden always needs tending, and two hands make light work. Besides, I can't leave Mousefanger behind. Oh, it's Mousefanger. How is Mousefanger? This has got to be a different Mousefanger. This cannot be the same Mousefanger. How many years has it been since... Well, man, cats can live to 20. Has it been 20 years since we were roaming around with Andreas? He left for 7 years, didn't he? And came back. And then he's been dead for how many years? Probably another 10, maybe? 18 years. Okay, the cat could still be alive. On its last legs, possibly. An old cat. She truly is the Queen of Kearsau. Well, you set up your PS5. Got one for your birthday. Nice. What games have you got for it? As you well know, my PS5 is still downstairs gathering dust. I will blow the dust off it to play Grand Theft Auto 6. That's the only time my PlayStation is coming out of its hiding place and getting dusted. Yeah, that's if it works. It might be so caked in dust that it's just gone kaput, seized up. We'll find out later next year. The Queen of Kearsau. Has the convent changed very much since the poor Clares arrived? Oh, yes, the food is simpler and some of the prayers are different, but all the chores and gardening is the same. Gertrude misses making ink for the scriptorium, but I have enjoyed learning the sisters' new customs. Speaking of which, I should probably return to my chores. Of course, sister. Apologies for interrupting. Not at all, Magdalene. God bless you. Yeah, she should get back to her chores, and she hasn't moved. Okay, that's fine. You stroke your cat there. Good old mouse fanger. Mouse catcher, wasn't it? I think that meant. Right, chapel convent. Convent loquarium. And then we've got outside. Convent? Chapel? Or, no, we'll go to... I don't know. Oh, we'll go to chapel. We'll do it in order. Go to the chapel. This looks like the old... This is where... This looks like the place where Thingy was killed. the what was he called? The Baron. Rathvogel. It's very similar. This is the chapel where we all gather for mass and liturgy. It's the oldest part of the convent. And the most drafty. Hello again, Sister Gertrude. The sisters have done some minor retouches over the years, but it has represented the abbey from its earliest days. Oh, there's the tower and the library. The cloister is still being constructed here. Yes, the tower was a Bergfried long before the structure became a monastery. The duchy gifted it to the Benedictine order after the Holy Roman Empire grew. They had no use for it as a keep. These walls have protected Tassing from attacks of spirit and steel for generations. Hello, sculptor. There's Latin here too. God called Lady Sabine to lead our sisters and brothers in 1261. Lord Kearsau's castle was destroyed by fire in the year of death of the Emperor Frederick II. Only the tower remained. Well done, Magdalene. Yes, the first lists the abbey's founding date. The Lady Kearsau was actually the one to suggest the old castle be turned into a double monastery. We added the second shortly after the revolt. Mother Illuminata thought it would be fitting. Even if the sisters were not here, some record of what occurred would remain. Kearsau is unique. A double monastery with two saints, one male and one female, to guard the town and abbey. So the foundation of the abbey was even older than the Holy Roman Empire. Of course it was. Many things have been built and torn down on this land over generations. Who knows what else used to be here? You were right, sister. This mural will be a great reference for the Rathaus. But I'm glad to have helped. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless. God bless, God bless. How are you faring anyway? The sisters and I have been praying since Father Thomas informed us of your father's attack. You were incredibly courageous to run to Dr. Stoltz so quickly, especially when the attacker could have been about. Oh, apparently it's thanks to her. Yeah, thanks to you, really. Without reading Hildegard's Physica, I wouldn't have realized he was so badly hurt. Well, I'm glad she came in useful. Although I wish it were not in such dire circumstances. I lit an extra votive candle in St. Satia's shrine for each of you this morning. Oh. Dan says the pain has gone down, but Dr. Stoltz is worried about a brain hemorrhage. I might have some psyllium left in the herb hut. If you blend it with broth or warm wine, it will heat his brain and prevent infection. Really? So yeah, these medieval remedies, we may scoff at them reading them now, but I'm telling you, they may well be bloody good things. These work wonders. medicine of the Eastern world is very much like this, and us Western medicine people, we're like, oh, take your chemicals, take your pills, whereas back, over in the East, oh no, heat this bit of ginger, mix it with half a teaspoon turmeric, blah blah blah, drink that. What's that going to do? Oh, it'll work wonders. And it bloody well does. I'm telling you, some of these things. Anyway, thank you, sister. I'm grateful for all the help everyone in Tassing has provided. The church is body of Christ, Magdalene. We are all one community and want to help Klaus before his time. God will turn this for good, no matter what things look like now. He sees beyond time itself, but we are constricted by the present. I have been around long enough to see fruits, even when I thought the devil had burned the fields. Keep faith, Magdalene. Thank you, sister. Your words warm my heart. God bless you. Good old Sister Gertrude, very kind lady. But are we any closer to our mural, though? We've got a couple of entries there. I think we've got the spirit. We've also got that mural there. There's a bit of history there about what the previous renditions of this place looked like. But here we've got the Loquarium. Let's go look in here. Oh dear, what's this room? What's a Loquarium when it's at home? Here's the Loquarium. Most of the Abbey's visitors come in here, but aren't allowed to enter. We aren't allowed to go into the outside world either. Like Mother Francisca said, isolation is part of our vows. Sister Gertrude once told me the old Benedictine sisters used to go out into town sometimes and even talk to men on occasion. Oh. And I'm stuck here staring at these walls for the rest of my life. Such a sad existence. Doesn't seem like Sister Suzanne thinks much of her life here, we contemplate. I can't blame her. Even so, she doesn't seem to have the passion that Sister Gertrude and the others have. If she hates her life here so much, maybe I should encourage her to leave the order. Or I should encourage her in her vocation. Interesting. We don't seem like a rebel rouser, but, I mean, if she's not happy here, I should maybe encourage her to leave. Oh, that seems a bit naughty, doesn't it? Maybe she hasn't chosen to stay. Maybe she doesn't think she's got a choice. Do you know what? Let's see what she thinks here. So maybe we should encourage her to leave. Why not? There's a life outside here, my dear. You should experience it. It's fantastic. You can have people calling you nicknames you don't like, people you care about getting knocked on the head. It's wonderful outside. Better to leave while she has a future ahead of her. After all, there are plenty of young men in Bavaria who would make good husbands. Still, there may be some reason she chose to stay. I don't want to overstep my bounds. Are you unhappy here, Sister Suzanne? I don't know. My father promised me to the church as a baby, some oath he swore when my mother struggled in her pregnancy. So there I was, dropped into the poor Clare's summer. I turned 17. And they... Okay. So they just took you in? Nobody asked what you wanted? Why should they? The poor Clares rely on the offerings of others, even their children, to subsist. My family is devoted to the church. I've only been in the convent for 2 years, but I'm trying my best. I don't mind the prayers or the hours, and I'm sure of my devotion to the Lord, but this isn't what I wanted. But since when did a woman ever get what she wanted without being punished? Eve couldn't even manage it. We're going to do what the best we can. I pray that one day it'll be different. It's not so bad, is it? Of course it's flipping bad. Maybe, but we certainly won't ever live to see it. Sometimes I get jealous of Sister Gertrude and even Sister Margaret. At least they got to see something of the outside world before they were 20. Okay, if you could do anything else, what would it be? I would have liked to go to one of the big cities, at least once. I would have been happy just to be a shopkeeper's wife. Thanks for listening, Magdalene. Anyway, let me show you the rest of the cloister. Lead on. This is very plain Jane room, isn't it? Okay, so we've been inside, explored all inside. Time to explore outside. The convent courtyard. It's colder today. Yeah, this all looks slightly different from how we remembered it with Andreas. It's like they've been tweaked and changed, it seems. There's not much in the yard that could help you, I think. Anyway, that was here. Has long been covered in weeds. All I know about this place is that the walls were added when the convent was built onto the monastery. Oh, God bless you, Sister Benedicta. Sister Suzanne, God bless you. Ugh, this ice is hard. Do I recognise you, Sister Benedicta? I think I've seen you in town once or twice. Yes, you'd have seen her. Sister Benedicta is the youngest of the sisters. Mother Francisca allows only one sister to deal with the townsfolk. Benedicta received this privilege. Burden, more like. I have to run around everywhere, gathering all the food and doing all the chores. I'd rather be inside where it's warm. What are you doing up in the convent anyway? Mother Francisca said I could look around. Oh, well, don't let me get in the way then. Actually, Sister Benedicta, I wanted to ask you some questions. Do you like being a nun? Oh, yes, I don't mind it at all. It's far quieter than home, and I don't have to share my bed with my siblings anymore. I like to help the older sisters, and I don't mind the chores, except when it's cold like this. Okay, one more question. Have you seen any mysterious figures or ghosts lately? Ghosts? No. Everything has been normal recently. I haven't noticed anything odd. Is this about Sister Marie's ghost? I think it's Mauritius myself. Oh no. So there is a ghost in the Abbey? Well, I haven't seen anything myself, but if there is a ghost, I like to think it's Mauritius. What the hell's Mauritius? Don't tell Mother Francisca this, but I found an old book about Christian legends hidden in the workshop. It said that a Roman commander named Mauritius conquered Tassing, but the colony failed. Most of the town was empty until Christian refugees found the town hidden in the valley. It was a miracle. Christian refugees? Yeah, the book said they were fleeing Roman persecution. Maybe under Nero? I don't remember. Anyway, when Sister Marie said she saw a ghost, I thought it must be Mauritius trying to get us out. A Roman ghost couldn't be happy about his tower being turned into an abbey, could he? What did you do with this book, Sister? Oh, well, I had it with me in the kitchen one day, and I, accidentally laid the fire poker on it. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I tried to fix it, but it's unreadable now. Sorry, Magdalene. That's all right. That book would probably have gone unread otherwise. I'm glad you were enjoying it. Yeah, this is a point where I should have asked the lady and rung the lady back at the hospital to say, can I at least have water? Because now that I'm talking, I'm getting a dry mouth. And I don't even know if I can drink water. I'm going to Google it. I'm going to Google it when I finish streaming. I don't know what I'm Googling really. Hormone test, endocrinology test, 16-hour fast. Can you have water? Hello, Rob. Welcome. Good to see you. Besides, that story gives me ideas for the Rat House mural. Thanks for telling me about the book, sister. I won't tell Mother Francisca. God bless you. Ah, thanks, Magdalene. God bless you. Have we got enough? Convent Art Studio. Oh, hey, oh. What's this all about? Oh, my goodness. Where's the art? I just see mess. It's a bit, what is it, a bit dusty? It is precisely just that. Very dusty. Just move this way a touch. Ay, caramba. Workshop is covered in dust. Yes, this was the Benedictine Sisters' workshop. They used to make badges and art for pilgrims coming to see the Hand of St. Moritz. Looks like everything was just left here after the fire. Nothing's been used in years. I seem to have missed us becoming a woman. Yes, if you've not watched for a little while, and yes, we might have taken control of a lady character. And it's rather unfortunate what happened to Mr. Marler. Very unfortunate. No, this is all one game. This is a different act. Yeah, the story progressed, and not in a positive way. I suppose it depends on your perspective, but I liked Andreas Marler, so... Right, we can't subsist on painting, and the poor Clares don't produce goods for sale, so we have no reason to be in here. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. But art allows us to find the beauty in life. Even Christ said the Father clothed the lilies of the field in beauty. Did he? I agree, but that's not the rule of the poor Clares. Mother Francisca considers art a temptation into hedonism. Mother Francisca doesn't let us come in here unless to put something in storage. I've come a few times and noticed some of the brushes have gone missing. Paint pots too. Really? You think that one of the sisters is secretly painting? Oh! Lord, no. We all live too close together in the convent for something like that to go unnoticed. In any case, I think it's sad the workshop is left like this. Truthfully, Magdalene, I don't think you should join the convent, even if that's not what you were here to do anyway. Gertrude talks about you and you seem to love your art. Without it, you'd hate it here. Oh, I'm glad you're being honest. We have no intentions. Oh, such valuable paint left to dry and crack on the pallets. And what is this? An old parchment scrap here. It's different from the others. It looks like a scrap from a manuscript. There's something written in Latin in the margin. The Mithraeum. To say Deluio occultus est. Yeah, it's the to say Mithraeum. That's as much as we need to know. Did he slip down some slippery stone steps? If only that was the case, he might have survived that. He got burnt alive, basically, because of books. Which idiot saves books from a fire? The Mithraeum of Tassing had been destroyed by a flood. Oh, that's what it means. Silly me. Mithraeum, that's the same word I saw in the Roman section of the mine. Wait. This might be from the book Sister Benedicta found. I wonder why it would mention the Mithraeum. I don't know. It's not a word I've ever heard before. There's certainly nothing in the convent by that name. Well, they don't say the Mithraeum was destroyed, so I suppose it doesn't matter much now anyway. Okay, let's just check our journal here. We're still going around looking at the history of this place, but I think... Oh, hang on. Old badges. Well, you've seen the entire convent. There's not much here. What do you think of it? Awful. It's like you think like a life of drudgery. Yeah, it's not for me, basically. I can see why people choose the holy life, but it's not for me. Not without art, I'm afraid. Oh, I understand. You've dedicated your whole life to your work. You struggle to give that up now. It's been so long since I've spoken to anyone from outside the convent. I'm reminded of the life I once had. Now you have me thinking about whether or not I should remain with the sisters. I think you should go. Your family just left you here. You don't hear what the sisters anything. Oh. Still a no, and even though we've got 2 positives here. Oh, Godfather, you're back again. Good to see you. This is a narrative RPG where we are playing at the moment as somebody that's trying to paint a mural. It's based in medieval, the Holy Roman Empire area. Okay, so she's not going anywhere. Even if this life wasn't my choice, they accepted me. Who knows? Maybe it will get better in time. Maybe I'll try to help any way I can, even if it's just sneaking around the convent wall to say hello. Really? Oh, that would be wonderful, so long as no one found out. Anyway, we should return to Mother Francisca before she suspects something. We learned a bit. We learned a fair bit. And she's given us the guided tour. It's no slight on her, of course. So yeah, we learned a lot. Thank you for showing me around. Oh no, thank you, Magdalene. Today has been more interesting than any I can remember in the Abbey. Oh, good. Come, let's find Mother Francisca. She'll be wanting to hear what you thought of the place. The last character was very fond of books and didn't like fire. Yeah. Poor Andreas. Well, Magdalene, what is your assessment of the poor Clares? My assessment is very damning, actually. Is the good Lord calling you to a life with us as a sister? My holy duty to providing children to a husband. Yes. As much as I am compelled by the devoted life the sisters lead, Mother Francisca, I'm afraid I must tend to my father first. Pressing issues, I'm sure you'll agree. Oh, of course, I understand. Caring for your father is in itself a noble path. However, if your heart leads you back up the hill, the doors to the convent are always open to you. Our community is quite modest compared to the splendour of an old Benedictine house operating under the rule of a powerful abbot. I see why fewer women are drawn to the order these days. Thank you for allowing me inside. You are most welcome, Magdalene. Bless you. God bless you, that is. Not that you've sneezed. Ah, Magdalene, how did your little expedition go? My pronunciation of Francisca is spot on. Yes. I'm getting better at this, come on. Rat house, I'm getting these names, they're rolling off my tongue, you know. After all these years. It's only taken... How many years have I been LPing for? 14. It's only taken 14 years. Jesus wept. I might get there with technology soon enough. Right. Do you think you'll be picking up Dragon Age Veilguard? Yes. I like to play a game at Christmas, and I got 2 weeks off over Christmas this year, and I think Dragon Age might be the game that I get at Christmas. Now, I was going to play Red Dead Redemption 2 at Christmas, give that a go on my PC and hope it doesn't crash. And I will still be doing that, so I can play 2 games. But just in case that Red Dead Redemption 2 continues to crash and makes it unplayable for me, I've got a backup game to play. But yeah, I'm not going to stream it on the channel, or play it on the channel rather. I just think I'll play it off camera. I might do like I did with with Dragon Age Inquisition. I might do a couple of streams just to show people what the game's like. You might want a backup game for Veilguard. Yeah, I'll play Veilguard first, and then if it all goes horribly wrong, then I'll play Red Dead Redemption 2. Do it that way around. Maybe. But yeah. I'll have to maybe check out a couple of videos first, just to make sure. Possibly. Oh, it's worse than Dragon Age 2. Really? Is it that bad? Oh, gosh. Oh, dear. I'll see how much it is as well. If it's like 60 quid, I'm not paying 60 quid for it. I'll pay no more than 40. I'm one of these people that I'm used to paying £40 for new games, and this whole 60 quid stuff. I get it, inflation, all the rest of it, fine. You know, we're not in the 1990s now, where games were 2000s where games were 40 quid. You know, I get that, but 60 quid for a game, it's just not in my price range, I'm afraid. Not as a Yorkshireman. The game is written like a Pixar. Oh my god. Okay, not painting this game in a good light. The atmosphere is very light-hearted and almost happy. I watched... This is no word of a lie. I did actually watch the first 10 minutes of the game. I put it in YouTube, as I do when I want to watch a playthrough of something, and I just tried to find somebody that looked like they played the game in a reasonable way. So I just went down up and down the list, found somebody, clicked on play, and the first 5-10 minutes rolled up. The character creation actually looked pretty decent. But when it was outlining the story with Solus, I think he was called, and all of the backstory to it all, and all this saga and the Veil, and I'm like, I can't remember any of that. Did that happen in Inquisition? I can't remember that happening. I mean, Inquisition was 2014-ish? 15 maybe? Or was it later than that? Inquisition was the very first game I ever streamed, if you remember. That was the very first game I ever streamed, was Dragon Age Inquisition. That introduced me to streaming. It was the first game that I tried streaming on. And it worked well, so hence I took up streaming more regularly. Yeah. An indie game, man. There's a lot of good indie games out there. There's a plethora of them. And the things with indie games you find is the developer, because it's usually like a one-man band, usually a very small team, put their life and soul into the game. And you can tell games where that's happened. Obviously, Baldur's Gate 3, for example, is on the grander scale of what you can achieve when you put your love and affection into a game. But yeah, there are lots of indie games are of the same ilk. There's a lot of hidden gems out there. And yeah. Stardew Valley. Class that as an indie game nowadays, but fantastic. I've contemplated a second playthrough, but time-wise, I just haven't got the time. Oh yeah, Varric was narrating the intro as well. I realised, I heard that, yeah, when I was watching it. Oh, Varric, oh, I recognise you. I remember you from Inquisition. When will I continue with BG3? I'm going to do a video update, is the short answer. But basically, 1st of January. Happy New Year. I'm starting 3 new series on the 1st of January. I don't think I've ever done that. I've always start at least like 1 game in the new year. I'm starting 2 new games. Well, I'm not really, am I? I'm continuing 2 games. I'm continuing, technically speaking, 3 Kingdoms. Continuing after 2 videos. Continuing Baldur's Gate 3 and starting Suzerain. The Kingdom of Reezy DLC. Companions can't die. They have all like abilities. Oh dear. Yeah, the more you're talking about this, Shelley, the more I'm not impressed. And I usually take your recommendations quite seriously, because You're usually pretty accurate with them. Games that you said that I really would enjoy, I have for the most part. So, Hogwarts Legacy, yes, that is on the list as one of my RPGs to play, as well as Cyberpunk, as well as Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, as well as KCD2 when it comes out, because it'll be out before I've even got anywhere near to the back end of that RPG list. The pain of a growing list. I just need to win the lottery, right? I keep saying this. I just need to win the lottery so that I can give up work and I can devote my entire time to playing games. I love it. So people are like, oh, you get bored. No, I did it for 14 months when I left the police and I was not bored. I can quite assure you. Oh, it'd be bliss. It'd be bliss. Not only for the fact that I could actually get through games a little bit more quicker, for a start, anyway. But yeah, Hogwarts Legacy is also coming as well. I've got to play that at some point. I did actually record the first video, if you remember, and then there was that whole saga with the J.K. Rowling hate and stuff, and I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to even open myself up to this. I'm just going to not bother. And the main reason being, of course, is that people were posting spoilers all over the place and spoiler bombing videos in protest. And it's like, oh, I just don't want anything to do with it. JK's got worse since then. Yeah, but at least the game's been out a while, so it's the whole fury behind it's died down. Anyway, let's carry on. Oh, 100%. All I can remember is the game looked absolutely beautiful from the first session that I played, which was an hour, and it was I really enjoyed it as well. Yeah, it looked beautiful, and it was Harry Potter. I was using a wand, I was doing spells from the books, and I was excited. And I created my character, and I mean, obviously I'm always biased with character creation, but I created a character that I just knew I was going to enjoy it. It was I wasn't going to spoil it for you all, but it was a Slytherin character I created. I created a Slytherin character, and I had ideas for what I was going to do, and it all fell apart because of the internet. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, I am going to play it. And as a Harry Potter fan, somebody who's read the books 3 times and listened to the audiobooks twice and watched the films, I am a big Harry Potter fan. I've been to Warner Brothers Studio Tour twice. I can safely say I'm probably going to enjoy the game quite immensely. Metaphor Refantasio. What the hell is that? I've never even heard of it. I think what we're going to do at the Christmas party stream this year, I think what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to sit down. I'm sure we did this in a Christmas stream in the past, right? But we're going to have to sit down and I'm going to have to tidy up my to-do list, as in games to play list. I'm going to have to get it up to date and get it tidied, and people are going to have to come with suggestions there and then. So, and I'm going to put them in my flipping 2025 diary. Not that they're all going to get played in 2025, but I need to put them somewhere where I can see them front and centre, and I can do something about them. I don't know. Maybe play them. Get some rooms of... Oh, Christmas party stream. I told you the date of the Christmas party stream, didn't I? It was going to be the weekend of the 20th, 21st. Although the 21st now I might be going out to play poker, so the 21st might be out, so it might have to be Friday the 20th, which is Mad Friday. Rome 2, Divide et Impera, how do you pronounce that? I think it's something like that. That has to be done, clearly. There's the Med 1212 mod for Attila. That's supposed to be pretty good. I haven't seen that for a little while, but that must have developed a bit more now, surely. Oh, it's still in alpha. Still? Jesus. I haven't seen that game for about a year. Don't forget, is it coming out next year as well? Sky Oblivion in the Skyrim mod? Sky Oblivion? I think that was what it was called, right? That's coming out next year, I think, wasn't it? That looks pretty good. Cool. Oh, stop it. These games. Jeez Louise. I need 36-hour days, clearly. A bright future. Yeah, next year. I think next year's going to be a big year for games. This year was a bit of a... I'm glad, because there's not many games this year that have come out that I'll be like, oh, I've got to play that. Oh, I've got to play that now. There's not been any, hardly, so unless I've missed some. So I'm quite glad of the breathing room. But I think it kind of goes in a little bit of a cycle, and I think next year it's going to be a big gaming year. Happy days. I'll be way behind the ball. Anyway, here we are, Sister Gertrude checking in on us. How did my little expedition go? It went okay. Yeah, I learned a lot, actually. Although we didn't get, we pieced it together. We saw murals, we heard snippets of conversation and stories. We pieced it together. So from the little that we gained, we have crafted great amount of knowledge. And I've got an idea about what I'm going to depict in the mural now, actually. I'm glad she has, because I've not got a flipping clue. A Roman ghost rising up. She'll think of something. But sister, there's something I don't understand. Just been stood there for 10 minutes. Are you going to say something, Magdalene? I'm talking in my head to people. Just give me a moment, please. Just calm. The abbey was so prosperous. Why didn't the monks rebuild it after the fire? Oh, what a task that would be. The chapel was beautiful. The stained glass always caught my eye in the mornings. There was a great deal of anger and sadness in Tassing that night. The abbot felt the brothers and sisters were no longer welcome in Tassing, and moved on. In truth, the abbey's dissolution was inevitable. Kearsarge was running out of money and patrons. The riot and fire were simply a particularly awful and painful way to end the monastery. Did anything survive the fire? Some of the buildings are intact, but all are terribly overgrown. I haven't dared forage in the rubble. I doubt you'd find anything of help for your mural inside other than charred wood and parchment. A bit of urban exploring. As you may remember, I am quite a keen urban explorer, as in I've never been urban exploring apart from once, but it's a concept that I really like the thought of, because I like history and I'm fascinated by abandoned buildings. And I was asking people, well, is there a name for it? I walk into an abandoned building. That happens all the time, hardly ever. And but I'm fascinated because I tried to picture how it was when it was fully operational, and you might see certain. I just find it really fascinating, And it's called trespassing. Yes, it is. Hence why I don't do it, I suppose. But no, it is. But it is. Though, it is trespassing. Which is a civil offence, not a criminal, so the police can't do anything about it. Ex-copper, I don't know what I'm talking about. So, hence why when I went to my old police college, where I studied to be a police officer way back when, because it was abandoned because they moved locations, I went inside and was caught by the security guards. Or a security guard. And I completely bamboozled him to the point where he waved me off and wished me well. You just caught me trespassing. You're employed to keep trespassers out. I've just told you the truth, but it could have been any old story, and then walked out, waved off, and see you later, like I owned the place. Clearly my deception rules were clearly on point, and Chris wasn't present with me to ruin them. Oh dear. So that was a good few years ago. That's probably about 7-8 years ago. But I had to go. I saw a video on YouTube, just by chance, of the old police college, and it was on an Urban Explorer's channel on YouTube, and I was like, hang on a second, that's Bishop Garth, which was the name of the old police training college. I'm like, oh my God, is that actually still standing? Anyway, it was. So I called my best mate up and said, right, we're off somewhere tomorrow. Bring boots, bring a torch. Where are we going? I said, I'll show. It's a surprise. Anyway, and she came with me, and I roped her into it. But she enjoyed it. Good fun. Good fun. I was telling her about where all the different classrooms were, and oh, this is where I did this, and this is where this happened, and oh, this is the big dining room. It was all boarded up. There was only one place that we could get inside, and it was really dark and really creepy. And yeah, we didn't take a torch. We got the torch, so I was like, I'm not going any further here. No, it's now flats and building and houses. Unfortunately, history gone, confined to houses and flats, as most things are nowadays. Let's knock it down and put houses there. Let's knock it down and put apartments there. Look at this lovely green space. Let's just put buildings on it. What kind of buildings? Houses and flats, of course. Because why not? Anyway, I know people need places to live, and all that, but still. But yes, we need to urban explore, clearly. I worry after you sometimes, Magdalene. I really do. Oh, thank you for your help, Sister Gertrude. Oh, most welcome, Magdalene. God bless you. Now, please, can I go inside? I've stood around here for 20 minutes. I was tempted to take a drink. A, I've not got any drink, and B, I'm not supposed to be drinking right now. Right, Prioress's house, Convent Aquarium. Right, have we achieved our goal here? The convent's chapel had a mural depicting the construction of Kearsau Abbey, with the claim that the abbey was founded by Lady Sabine in 1261. Also found part of a page in the nun's old workshop, painting of a strange building, writing on the page that it was Tassing's Mithraeum and that it was lost in a flood. I think we're going to paint the Mithraeum, That's the second time I've seen reference to the Mithraeum. What is it? I'm going to investigate the ruins of the abbey to see if I can find some answer. Oh, we're off to investigate the ruins of the abbey. We're off urban exploring. Oh, happy days. Oh, perfect. Now, don't get yourself injured, Magdalene. Oh, perfect. Right. We've seen a lot of these people popping up, so let's just have a quick update. So we've got Andreas Muller, son of the Muller, Paul Muller, the miller. Is that the Muller? Anna Mullerin, daughter of Gret and the late Ulrich Alban, wife of Paul, mother of Ulrich and Andreas. That's fine. Okay, very good. Christina. Oh, I keep pressing. This is the problem with my mouse, you see. I keep pressing the buttons. Daughter of Blacktill and Eva, Christina. Blacktill is the sheepy farmer guy who's got the elder grandpa Till. Elsie Mullerin, wife of the late Leonard Muller, of course, the one that shot somebody dead. Nasty man he was. Mother of Paul. She's one of the kindest people in town. Oh, keep clicking the wrong button. Endris Schmidt, he's still here. The town blacksmith. Eva Kreutzeren. Late Peter and Christine Gertner. Oh, yeah, Eva, married to the late Otto Zimmerman, and now mother of Otts. Wife of Blacktill. Mother Francisca. Abbess. Formerly the head of Collecting Poor Clares community in Heidelberg. Very good. Good old Gertrude. We've got this guy. An agent of the Genoese Bank of St. George. Oh, he's the one that was chirping up in Baltas's place. He's Baltas's accountant, apparently. Il Peter is still going strong at 152. Margaret, Sister Margaret, the herbalist, assistant herbalist. She was there in Andreas's time. Mostly blind from failed cataract surgery. Oh, I forgot about that. Martin Bauer, Sister Marie. Yeah, Martin Bauer, who is a fake Martin Bauer. Mathieu, who's moved elsewhere. Little Otts, and there's Paul, the current miller, both council members. Sister Suzanne's just shown us round. And Sister Sabot, the oldest nun at Kersau. But she's a good cook, or at least she's a cook. What food do you cook, sister? I don't know. I can't remember. Well, that's helpful. Right, glossary. We've done a lot of glossarying. Lots of words have come in the glossary. Let's take a look at them all here. Oh, there's probably far too many things in this glossary. And in fact, as we're going through it, we're ticking them off, so we can't remember which ones we've ticked off and which ones we haven't. So it's probably a fruitless task right now. Apostolic poverty. Bergfried. Okay, so Christian doctrine that calls for followers to live without owning personal property or accumulating money. Whilst it was condemned by the Catholic Church as heretical. Interesting. Bergfried, a freestanding defensive tower not built for permanent habitation. Diana, the Virgin Roman goddess of the hunt. Oh yeah, Diana. I only know about Diana, the goddess of the hunt. I know a little bit about my Roman gods, not much, but a little bit. The Eucharist, the consecrated elements of communion, also called the Lord's Supper or the Holy Communion. Refers to the bread and wine after they've been blood of Christ, body of Christ. Yes, please. We'll skip the body. I'll just go to the blood part, if you don't mind. Thank you. Let's get to the good bit, shall we? Right, we've got St. Francis of Assisi, mystic friar and founder of the Franciscan order. Okay, that's everything. Right, forget everything else. We are off exploring the ruins. Oh, pet son of Mousefanger. Oh, look. It's a family affair. We got Mousefanger, son of Mousefanger, grandchild of Mousefanger, probably. Isn't that cute? Right, now where do we go to find these ruins? There's a squirrel here. Okay, so we are going into the ruins. I was just kind of skipping through that, thinking, have we done the ruins? Have I missed the opportunity to go into the ruins here? Apparently not. Oh, urban exploration. Woohoo! Church ruins. Don't mind me. Oh, look at this. We are in the ruined building. Oh, we've got music. Is this game music or is actually somebody singing? My God, this is amazing. I wonder what it must have looked like before the fire. Exactly, this is exactly what I go through if I was to be in an abandoned building. I'm like, what would this place have been like in its pomp? So hence why, when I went to Herculaneum, or Pompeii, but more so Herculaneum, and I was walking amongst the temple with the murals on the wall and the frescoes and the mosaic floors. It's like mind-blowing. It's like, oh my God, can you just picture this? 2,000 years ago, in its prime, pristine. Oh, amazing. Everything collapsed in the fire. I'll have to be careful climbing over this rubble to get past. Oh, she's going to do herself an injury, isn't she? Do I have AirPods Pro Buds? No. I had some cheap Amazon AirPoddy things, and then I lost them. I am meaning to get some more, actually. Oh shit! What are you doing? You need to be very careful, my dear. The good thing about these AirPod kind of things, right? Oh, she has fallen. Not from a great height, thankfully. Oh, now we're stuck on this side, though. That's the only drawback. I'll have to find another way out. Oh, don't worry. We'll be perfectly fine. Up to the tower. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, if you get some decent AirPods, right, you can... you can hook them to your computer, can't you? Bluetooth. And I could use them for streaming without having to have these massive things on my head, which, you know, I could just have little pods in and it'd be nice and easy. And I tried that with the cheap versions that I got, but they wouldn't... they connected to the PC, but they were all crackly and stuttery, like they weren't connecting properly, like there was a block or whatever. And I think it's just because they were cheap, 20 quid things. But yeah. Oh, the song's German. Oh, cool. Do you know what they're saying? Well, you will obviously know what they're saying. Is there anything that we need to know? To the tower! Clearly we're going to climb the vines. This gets better. There's nothing left of the old staircase. I guess I can't go this way. You can, there's vines to climb. No wonder it sounds so somber. Climb the vines, my dear. They look sturdy enough to hold my weight, she says. Well, there's no other way out. I would not be doing that. Are you having a laugh? Probably a cracking view, though. I can see all of Tassing from here. I wonder if I can piece together the foundations of the Abbey and find a way to get to the library. I bet I could get down this way. The roof looks pretty stable. For God's sake. I don't want to look. Oh my God. I mean, yeah, can you imagine? Andreas dead, burning books, her dead, falling off a vine. I mean, come on people, what is wrong with you? Common sense should prevail here, surely. She is brave, she is that. It's a fine line between bravery and foolishness. Oh my God, we watched such a crap film on Saturday. Or was it Friday? No, it was Saturday. So I go to a friend's house on a Friday and a Saturday night usually. And Saturday, we put a film on. We're having a really lazy day. Friday we didn't watch a film because we were having an active day, catching up, chatting, cooking. Saturday, lazy day. So this was the scriptorium was here, right? Library, scriptorium area, kind of here-ish. I'm trying to remember the name of the film. Because somebody that might have, one of you guys might have seen it, and you can back me up on this. I'm sure it was called Rogue something. Rogue Nation? Rogue something? Rogue Nation sounds like a Marvel film, but I'm sure it was called like Rogue something or other. Oh God! I remember when the library burned down. Dad told me I was just a baby, but I remember the flames coming out of the windows. So many people were screaming and running around, I cried myself to sleep that night. I haven't seen this place since then. It doesn't look like there's anything left inside. I suppose it was too much to hope for. Well, how are you going to get out of here now? With great difficulty. Oh, you can't tell me we can't go inside. We haven't come all this way not to be able to go inside here. Come on. These roses seem to have made the Abbey their home. I'm glad something beautiful is still growing here. What was the plot? The plot was basically, there was a guy. I'm really crap at describing these kind of things, right? But there was a guy, and he was big, military, black guy. He was ex-marine, and he was riding a bike to start with. And the copper comes in a car and knocks him off his bike. Falls to the floor. The coppers, there's two of them. They're basically seem corrupt. They search him and they find 20 grand in cash in his backpack, which was going to be to bail out his cousin from prison, because his cousin can't go to prison because he's an informant or something, and if he goes to the prison he's going to be dead because they're going to kill him. So he needs this money to bail his cousin out of prison, but they obviously see him in possession of 20 grand. I'm like, oh, this has got to be drug money or money laundering money, so we're going to take it. So they took it, and we're pretty much of arseholes about it all as well, on top of that, and basically ends up in a situation where he speaks to the police captain, and the captain does him a deal to say that you can come and see your cousin before they take him to the prison, and you know, blah. Anyway, the cousin goes to prison basically because the captain didn't let him see him and didn't give him his money back, and therefore he didn't get to post the bail in time, and therefore cousin ended up dead. And yeah, and then he goes on a bit of a revenge tour. It was rubbish. I'm probably making it sound better than it is, to be fair, because the guy, I don't even know who the actor was. I didn't recognise the name of him. I didn't recognise him. He just couldn't act for toffee. He looked like, all I can say is he looked like Anthony Joshua. Same kind of build, same kind of face. It just looked like Anthony Joshua, and he looked as wooden as Anthony Joshua. He just couldn't act properly. To me, it was rubbish. I'm not usually critical of films because I'm quite easygoing, but it was just dull. It was a kind of film where you were waiting for it to get to the action bit. You're thinking, oh, he's going to kick off now. He's an ex-military martial arts person. He was a marine that taught different forms of martial arts, so he was really good at close hand combat. Did we see him using it much? Not really. A couple of times he used it, but it was just like you were just waiting for the big badass action to happen. Rebel Ridge, that's it. That's it, chap. Clearly, it's like a game of charades, this. 2 syllables, 2 words. Rebel Ridge. Yeah, rubbish. You enjoyed it? Oh, it was awful. Oh my God. It was such a dull film. Maybe I was tired, but I just thought the acting was drab. The tension. Maybe I miscalculated it. Maybe I expected it to be some high action thing, and it was maybe supposed to be a tensiony film. For me, nah. Not impressed. I just thought the acting was terrible. Little bunny. Yeah, Rebel Ridge. That was it. That was definitely it. What did I say it was called? I was close. More roses. So all these graves are going to go unattended now, aren't they? You know, all of the graves that were being attended to when all the brothers were here. Now the graves are just going to go all overgrown, all unattended. It's very sad. Oh, Shelley, I've just seen your comment. Exactly the same thought at the same time. That's uncanny. I call it Rogue something. Okay, Rebel Ridge, Rogue Nation. I called it. It was an R word. I was close. Oh, to the cloister. There we go. We're in. Oh, this is a different cloister to the other cloister, but it looks the same kind of cloister to the other cloister that we were when we were taking round by the sisters. Who's this? I wonder if there were always this many cats in the Abbey. Perhaps I can ask Watchlav what he remembers during his time here. Hello. We've got to pet the cats, come on. Hello. Not one animal has been vicious in this game. I think that's unrealistic. And if you're a cat person, you know at least one cat out of 5 or 6 that we've petted is going to be a cat that doesn't like to be touched. Surely. Cats are very temperamental things. This place is a mess. How sad. Yeah. Well, do you know what? My friend's got a new dog, right? And it's a little bulldog, French bulldog. I think I might have mentioned this a little while ago. She got it about 4 weeks ago now. And I'm not a little dog kind of person, as I've said this before. It's got 96%. Maybe I don't know a good film when it smacks me in the face. I'd say I have to watch it again to get to maybe watch it in a state of being sober, perhaps, so that I can follow it more closely. But I really don't wish to put myself through it again. Chapter House and what's this? But anyway, so we were talking about this little dog. So yeah, I'm a big dog person. I had a big German Shepherd, and big dogs, like huskies too. And so little dogs, I wouldn't have one really, but I love animals. So obviously, if you've got a little dog, and I'm going to be kind and friendly to the thing, aren't I? Clearly. But anyway, so it's this little French bulldog. So obviously I go around every Friday, Saturday, so it's getting to know me. First couple of days that I went over, a bit standoffish, still very friendly, but you know, looked at me, walked away, and whatever else. Whereas now, little thing has grown on me quite significantly. Got a cute little face. Whereas before I'd be like, what? They've got puckered up faces and they look ugly. Maybe as cute as some people may think they are, to me they looked ugly. Whereas as I've got to know this little thing, actually they are quite cute. Anyway, so past couple of weeks now, when we sit to watch a film, I'll sit on one side of the sofa, which is my side of the sofa, and my friend will sit on the other side of the sofa, and we'll start watching the film. And little Scooby-Doo, as we call it, pretty much past 2 nights, especially Friday and Saturday, both Friday and Saturday this week, when we sit on the sofa to curl up and chill out, watch a film, we'll come and sit on my lap, get yourself comfy, and just be nice and calm. And then on Saturday, when we were in the straight of, had a few drinks, crappy film had been watched and joined us of life, fell asleep right next to me, and I was curled up on the sofa myself, so it was, I bet it was a nice little cute picture. But I thought, little dogs. Oh, so this is where the Baron Rothvogel was killed. So the other place looked similar, but wasn't quite the same. Now, this has been graffitied. Has this been graffitied or what? This didn't look like this before. I mean, look at this stuff and that here, and this. This can't be right. A dance of death. Yeah, these figures look new. The paint can't be more than a few years old. Exactly, this is like being graffitied, man. It's been defaced. Goldies and Bernese mountain dogs. Goldies, yes. Bernese mountain. Are they the big things? Am I getting confused? There's another B word dog. Bernese Mountain Dogs. Someone's been adding to this. This feels wrong. Who would add new figures to the Dance of Death, and why? These look like people from the town from here. People who died. Do they? Somebody has been painting people that have died in town. Oh, I wonder if Andreas is part of these pictures. Is that not? That's not Andreas, is it? No. That must be the Baron. Where? There? Where? That's Otto. Is that Otto there? He used to wear green, didn't he? Oh, hang on. Wait, is that... That is Andreas, right? Someone's here. Oh! Hello? For God's sake, she's gonna get herself killed. Who are you? You're on your own in an abandoned building. I would not be shouting out if I were you. An abbey forgotten. Oh my god, this is just taken a bit of a turn. I think I've learned all I can from the ruins of the abbey. It's so sad to see it like this. The paintings over the Dance of Death, I'm not sure what to make of them. I think they're supposed to be people who died around the time of the revolt. Were they made by the person who's following me? Is this the same person who was at the mine? The person who attacked my dad? Yes, I think it might be. Although, they ran very quickly, so I don't think it's Father Thomas. Ready for a horror game? Listen, I'm an expert in horror games now. I don't think you could class The Quarry as a proper horror game. Because it wasn't that scary, was it? It started out like, oh, there could be, but it was more suspenseful, really. And it wasn't even suspenseful massively. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I really enjoyed it, but I don't think I wouldn't class it as a horror game. Which suits me fine because you saw what I was like with you see what I'm like with proper horror games. So, yeah. Okay. I think we better get out of here. Get the hell out of here. Oh, do you know what? As I said, it's one of those things. Because I know I can't eat and drink, I'm suddenly craving things. So I want a drink for a start because my mouth's dry, which is natural when you're talking, playing a game where you're reading a lot, which is probably this was probably a bad idea. I should probably not have streamed today and talked myself into being thirsty. The door. Oh, this door was shut before. The door is now open. And what am I craving now? Randomly at 9:10. I'll give you 2 guesses. You probably won't get it, but you may do. It's not that difficult to guess right now what I fancy. Whoever was watching me must have opened it. I don't like this. I think I've seen everything left of the abbey. I want to get out of here. Yes, you were warned, my dear. So let's move quickly back into civilization. Oh, snow. Actually, I'm just going to check outside because it was supposed to start snowing this evening. I'll just see if anything's happening. Oh, man. Oh, my God, it is. Oh, my goodness. Yep. If I could take a picture for you, I would have done. I was got in my arm. No, it's snowing outside. The roofs are all white. It's not laying on the ground, in the roads rather. It's laying in the back garden. It's not laying on the roads that I can see over there. But it's snowing and it's laying on the roofs. Bloody hell, it's flipping freezing. So when did it start snowing? I don't know. An hour ago maybe? That reminded me of a comedy clip once. I don't think it made it to the comedy clips, but it happened in a stream. And I think it was you, Cham. You mentioned something about snow, and I thought you were talking about real life, but you were talking about it in the game. So I actually ran to the window thinking you were talking about real life, but you were talking about the game. I remember it well. Anyway, it's snowing in the game and it's snowing in real life too. Right, we're going to the rat house because it's time for us to draw inspiration from our escapades and endeavours, and we're about to paint stage 2 of the mural. Let's go. 6 weeks to the next set of Christmas comedy clips. That's if there's a Christmas comedy clips this year. Just joking. There will be. There will be. Ow, my leg. Forest? No. We're off. We're off back to town. What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? Why is that floating up there? Snow is creeping down the mountains. Winter will be here soon. Right, the wind... Oh, nobody guessed what I was craving. Such a simple pleasure in life. You take for granted when you can't have it. I could just have it and invalidate all my tests. Right, central town. Water. No, not water. I hate water, to be fair. Some crisp. It's not food. No, water. Do you know what? I don't dislike water, but I very, very rarely drink water. I have to have something. You know, put it in some squash. Give it a little bit of flavour, do something with it, but I can't just drink plain water. No, just, no siree. Who are all these people? Hey, Mags. At least he's calling him a proper name. We'll give him his dues there. Right, to the north part of town. The rat house is here, the Stoltz house. Should we speak to Stoltz about this book, History of Tassay? I think while we're here, we'll pop in. Pop him, see Dr. Stoltz. I mean, we can't stand this man, but look at that. Do you live in this squalor, sir? Look at this. Have you not heard of a sweeping brush? The hell is wrong with you? Well, that's probably... Oh, he's a doctor. That's blood. But still, unless somebody has just literally come off your bed and bled on your floor very recently, this is clearly unhygienic and... Just frankly disgusting. Dr. Stoltz. Chairs upturned. I mean, heaven's sake, what's happened in here? Maybe he'll tell us. Maybe we've been judgmental and he's endured a great endeavour right now. Tea and something sweet. Tea. Forget the sweet tea. I want a cup of tea all of a sudden. That is precisely it, Kairos. I want a cup of tea. Yes, I do. Another great purchase from Costco, by the way. Great big 2 kilogram bag of chips. McCain's as well. I think they weren't cheap chips like some random brand. They were proper McCain oven chipsy things, thick cut things. £2 for 2 kilograms of chips. Sure, it were £2. Yeah, or £2 something. I remember seeing it, thinking that's bloody cheap. £2 for like 2 kilos of chips. Get that in the flipping trolley. And then got them home and we've used them this evening, and they're actually skin-on chips, which I don't mind skin-on chips, but maybe that's why they were cheaper, because I don't think they're as popular as regular chips, the ones with the skin still on them. But they came out very nice in the air fryer, and for £2, turning them down. Right, Doctor, do you care to explain this mess? Ah, Magdalene, what do you want? Hello, Dr. Stoltz. I have a book here and I can't read it very well. I was wondering if you could help me translate it. Oh, we were supposed to go and speak to Baltas first. We completely forgot about that. No. And this is why we didn't want to speak to Dr. Stoltz. Because he's an arse. But No, Magdalene. I can't be bothered by your lack of literacy. I am not illiterate. God damn you, I said no. Leave! Well, I mean, I knew he was an ass, but, I mean, for heaven's sake, not that much of an ass. Oh. There he is. Baltas is next door. rather fortunately. Accountant and all. Right. Hello, Baltas. Do you have a moment? Only one, I'm afraid. What can I do for you? I came across a book about the history of Tassing, and I was hoping you could help me read it. Oh, no, not today. I'm far too busy for that at the moment. What the hell's wrong with people around here? Not a single helpful soul. Naziu and I have our hands full preparing the Christmas ale, you see. Oh, of course. Sorry to bother you. Not at all. Apologies. I couldn't be of more help. What the hell is wrong with people? Fine, fine. I don't need your help anyway. Was there anyone else that we needed to speak to? Father Thomas. Oh. Rathouse or Father Thomas? I think Father Thomas is going to have to be, isn't it? We'll speak to Father Thomas. I don't like Father Thomas personally, but hey, we're running out of options here. Father Thomas, Father Thomas, Father Thomas. I need your help. I can't help you either. Oh, for heaven's sake. No swearing in the church. Sorry. Hello, Father Thomas. Can you spare a moment? Unlike everybody else in town who seem to be busy with their own lives. Ah, yes, of course, Magdalene. What is it? Well, I found this book, but I can't read the Latin very well. Could you help me translate it? The whole book? Oh, dear. I can't afford that much time away from my duties right now. The Christmas sermon is coming up, and I've already fallen behind on Advent preparations. Could the matter wait, perhaps? I'd be happy to look over it after the festivities. Of course, Father. Ah, thank you. Dead end. Yeah, nobody can translate the book. Everyone is too distracted by their own work or doesn't know Latin well enough. Never mind. Maybe we can use it for the final part of the mural, because I gather this mural's in 3 parts. The first part we've done, the second part is the main bit, and then maybe a little bit on the end, I think, is probably the order of business here. So I'm sure we'll be using that book in due course. Don't you worry, Magdalene. And that book's going to contain, I'm sure, such horrors that this town will be aghast at our mural when we're finished. Anyway, it's time to determine what we are going to paint next. So let's dip our quills. Surely we get a choice, right? What we're going to be painting here. Oh, look who it is. If he wants something from me, he can go whistle. What do you want? She's far too kind, because I would not be addressing him Dr. Stoltz. I'd be like, what? What do you want? You want something? So, you're doing quick work with the mural, eh? I hope that doesn't make you sloppy. What, sloppy as in the state of your house? That sloppy? No, that's not me, I'm afraid. Yeah, I think we're going to be prickly with him. We don't like him. I'm faring better than my father. Are your remedies even doing anything? More than a girl like you can understand, Magdalene. Healing the human body isn't like mixing paints. In any case, the council wants to hear what you're doing. I've been researching the early Christian history of Tassing after the Romans left. Learning how people settled in the ruins, how the abbey was founded, why our saints are so important to us. Valuable research, I might say. It was a lot to take in, but I've settled on my subject. And you can wait like everybody else. Oh, we are going to disclose. Okay, that's a shame. It's a pity we can't tell him to F off. Right, I'll paint St. Moritz, St. Satia, and Our Lady of the Labyrinth receiving the Christian settlers. Bit boring, that, isn't it? I want to show the history, how it happened. I'll paint Lady Kearsau founding the abbey from the old Bergfried. Historical, a little bit better. I'll paint the Bavarians settling among the Roman ruins, starting the Christian history of Tassing. Well, none of them are floating my boat, I will admit. Lady Kearsau founding the abbey, I suppose, is the best option here. I say best option, the option that appeals most to me. Yeah, I'll go with that one. That might rub some people in town the wrong way. The saints are a core part of Tassing's history, after all. People want to cling to all manner of stories in order to give their lives some meaning. Remember, the mural isn't for your benefit, but to make Tassing look good. Just let me do my job, Doctor. I don't tell you how to split people's skulls open. Yeah? Prod and poke and what poultices to give them. You don't tell me what I need to do about my mural, alright? And after this section, there's still so much work to do, so if you don't mind, Doctor, I'm very busy. So, do one. Stop engaging him in conversation, Magdalene. I haven't even figured out how I'm going to portray the revolt yet. Oh, that's going to be a good one. Oh, that's going to be a good one. Anyway, D21, good to see you. I know, she needs to cut him dead. After how he's just talked to us in his house. Ah, yes. I imagine it poses difficulties that the other murals do not. It's a strange thing to tell a story that still lives in the hearts of so many people here. I don't think anyone wants to talk about it. They've all just locked it away. It sounds like you have your work cut out for you. I'll leave you to it then. Oh, Dr. Stoltz? Yes? He doesn't strike me as the kind of person to be skulking in abandoned abbeys now, so I'll leave you to your evening. Good night, Magdalene. Good old Dr. Stoltz. Head home. Now I only have the final part. Look at that. Can you just see the snow in the background there, flaking past the window? Or was that just my eyes? I could have swore blind I saw a fleck of snow going past the window. Or maybe it was part of the speech bubble. Maybe I've got snow on the brain. Because if that was the case, I thought that's pretty good effect. How should I paint the revolt? Garishly fantastic. That's the look that I would be going for. Yeah, there is a snowflake going down past the window. Dad always talked about how the Archdeacon was the only one seeking justice in those days. But what was his name? The only name I can remember is the name of the Archdeacon who came to Tassing when that Baron was killed. Jacob Estler. Maybe he wrote an account of the revolt as an archdeacon. I'll write to him and ask. Isn't it cool that you can just write to all these important people? Yeah, I'll just write to the archdeacon. It's fine. We'll get to him somehow. Some random person's written to you, sir. I couldn't care less. Put it in the bin. It's like me writing to Prime Minister. I'm going to write to Keir Starmer. I'm sick of what he's doing. I think I'll write him a letter. If he's gonna read it. Stick in the snow again. Oh, it's getting heavier. Yep. It's now starting to lay on the floor. Oh, it's getting quite heavy. just check my weather forecast now. I'm not going to the office tomorrow because I'm working from home because I'm going to the hospital, so I don't have to brave the weather. But I do have to get to the hospital though, so hopefully it's not going to go on for too long. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's going to be snowing until about 11 o'clock apparently, according to my app here. I do like snow when I'm inside, like now, and can look out upon it and don't have to go anywhere. It's when you have to start travelling around in it, and it becomes an issue. But from the comfort of my warm bedroom with the heating on, I can look outside. I'd even say it'd be quite nice to look outside upon the snow from your bedroom window, and I've got a lovely view from here because we're on the top of a hill, so I can see all of the roofs of the houses in beyond, and I can see the roads over there. I can see the church in the distance. It's a lovely view from this window, actually. And it'd be nice to look upon that with a cup of hot chocolate. Sipping away, surveying the scene, enjoying the warm, velvety, sweet goodness. But I can't. I can do the observing and the admiring part happily, but without a hot chocolate in your hand, it's just not the same. Unfortunately. Ooh, when I can have a hot chocolate, which I don't have any in the house, by the way, I could go and buy some from the supermarket for this, but I do wonder, actually, would a hot chocolate work with Baileys? So, you know, you put the hot chocolate in, mix it up with a bit of milk like you normally would, put it in the microwave, warm it up, and then just top it up the last little bit with Baileys, because you can put Baileys in coffee, you know, to replace the milk, and do a Baileys coffee. I wonder if you could do a Baileys hot chocolate. That surely must work. I bet it's delicious. Cadbury's drinking chocolate with Baileys in. Oh, I've got to try that. I might have to try that tomorrow, actually. Now that I've talked about it, I've never tried it before. Just conjured it up in my head now because I'm craving something to drink. Right, we're going to write to the Archdeacon. Come on. His archdeaconship. How do you address an archdeacon? Holiness, archdeaconness, father, brother, sister, and see if he can tell me about the revolt. Right, come on, Archdeacon. Oh, we're writing to Esther. Let's not forget Esther. Right. Jacob Estler, former Archdeacon of Freising. My name is Magdalene Druckrin. I am an artist in the town of Tassing in Upper Bavaria. I believe you passed through our community when you investigated Baron Rathvogel's murder at Kearsau Abbey in 1518. Do you remember anything about that case that the people in Tassing might not remember? You remember something about someone writing notes to provoke the killer? Did you see any evidence that might suggest there was some sort of larger conspiracy at work? Do you have any reason to doubt the conclusion of the case? Yeah, we'll keep it open rather than leading him down the garden path. We'll keep it open. And did you see any evidence whatsoever that might suggest that there was some sort of a larger conspiracy at work? Perchance? Maybe? Possibly? Thank you for any help you can give. Magdalene Druckrin. Excellent. Right, next. Dear Esther. Dearest Esther. I hope you're well. You must know how tremendously happy I am for you and Simmond. And Alicia too, of course, and your parents. It warms my heart to know that your family is doing so well. By the time this letter reaches you, I expect winter will have enfolded Tassing. It's already freezing at night, so I've reorganised the workshop so that the inks don't deteriorate. Do you have to worry about that in Prague? You said it snows, but I always imagined it was warmer in winter. Dad's condition is so much worse, and he's in so much pain. Dr. Stoltz has been... Well, he's been a useless asshole. Exactly. Finally, you've said it. Only God knows why he's such a bitter old man, but he's neglected Dad almost entirely. Some days he doesn't show up, and even if he does, he just snaps instructions at me and rushes off. I just wish I understood why. Maybe he's a flipping killer. Maybe all along we were getting this wrong and it's actually Dr. Stoltz. How have people died? Clubbed over the head. He did seem very hell-bent on doing the autopsy, didn't he? On the Baron. I think it's a... I say it's a bit far-fetched, but is it really? Is it really that far-fetched? How about Dad? I've asked Agnes for help, but there's only so much we can do alone. He's not going to make it, and there's nothing I can do. Christ, I'm scared, Esther. The mural is progressing well, but I can't shake the feeling that someone is following me. I keep seeing this figure around town. After I'd explored the mines to see Tassing's early history, and then again in the Abbey ruins. If it's a person who attacked my dad, why are they following me? Well, come on, love, put two and two together. It's got to be the mural that links it, surely. It's the strangest thing. Given me a fright a few times already. But I don't mean to worry you. Nothing's happened to me yet, so I think I'll be safe. The only good news I can share at the moment is that the mural is almost finished. I should have it completed by Christmas, or soon after. Before the new year, at least. Then perhaps at long last I shall be able to visit you and meet this Simmond. Anyway, I fear that this will be my last letter of the year. The Reichspost has already been late and reported worsening snows through the passes. We seem to be stepping into a harsh winter. Stay warm and give my regards to your family and Simmond. Yours always, Magda. Oh, lovely letter there. How's my mum? Oh, she's not too bad. The usual aches and pains that come with age now at this point, and plus obviously she's got ailments too, but she's not too bad. I wouldn't say she's the most well she's ever been, but soldiering on, I think, is the term. How did this get here? A note on our bed. Stop. In the name of love. Okay, this is ominous. This is just like the note Dad found. Yes, and look what happened to your dad shortly after. You better not go to bed tonight. Just saying. Are they trying to scare me? And if I don't stop, are they going to try to kill me next? I need to ask Dad about this. It can't be a coincidence. But he's been so weak, I don't want to upset him. I just need to wait for the right time. I hope there is a right time. Yeah, we're going to go to sleep right after that note. I would not be going to bed. You haven't been in a laugh. I'd be up all night. That looks like a weapon. Clutch that. Rocking on your bed, waiting for the person to come. Coming. I dare you to come in. I dare you. I'm ready for you, buddy. But no, we'll happily sleep away. So they could smother us with a pillow. Right, stay awake, go to sleep, stay awake. We can stay awake. Technically speaking, I would stay awake, but if we stay awake, we're obviously not going to advance the game, are we, surely? So we have to go to sleep. Kairos, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good one. I'm going to be finishing probably soon. I'd say soon. I don't know what time precisely, but I think we'll go for a little bit. Maybe another 10-15 minutes. Again, you know, lack of water and all that. Stay awake. It might be one of those situations where you try to stay awake and you're fighting to stay awake. It's probably one of the worst feelings in the world. other than excruciating pain, of course. But you know when you're trying to stay awake and you just can't. You just if you want to stay awake to watch the rest of the film, or you think I don't want to fall asleep because I want to watch this film, but I'm so tired. Oh, I'm so tired. Even worse if you're driving. It's awful. You try to fight you physically have to open your eyes with your muscles because they just want to shut. Just want to shut on you. It's an awful feeling. And so she's tried, in earnest she's tried, but she just can't help but drift away to sleep. It doesn't help when you get your night clothes on, does it? You should have stayed in your daytime clothing if you wanted to stay awake. It might have given you a fighting chance. Outside it's freezing cold, we've got snow going past the windows, and she doesn't even put the covers over herself. She's either made of steel or stupid. That's what I was thinking. Okay, now we're dressed for winter. Oh, look at all the snow! Mistress Juckerin, only one letter for you. Only one letter! Okay, who's failed to respond? It's probably not Esther, which means the Archdeacon has blanked us, which is exactly what I said, because why would a former Archdeacon want to write back to you, Magdalene? I'm still waiting for Kia's letter. Unless Esther has come a cropper. The pass is nigh impossible to traverse, and the heavy snow is hard on the horse and me. Anyhow, happy Advent, my dear. Thank you, same to you. Hi-ho, Silver! Away! Oh! Oh, what's happened to Esther then? Oh no. Maybe it didn't make it to Prague. It's too wintry, too snowy. We hope. Okay, Archdeacon fella, you have replied. I stand corrected. Right, here we go. It was a 50-50 chance. Oh, look at this fella. He's aged. Mistress Juckerin. I do recall the Rothvogel case, though it has been over a decade since I have served as an archdeacon. I am no longer associated with the office of the Prince Bishop. In fact, I am no longer associated with the Catholic Church. If you do not mind conversing with a Lutheran, oh hey, oh good grief, I will tell you what I remember. I investigated several murders as archdeacon, but none had the curious spectre of conspiracy that haunted Baron Rothvogel's. After the peasants burned Kiosau, I read a report suggesting that a conspiracy was behind the murder of the town carpenter as well. It was around this time that I did some research of my own into the death of Father Gernot's predecessor, Father Matthias. While no one suspected foul play at the time, I had reason to believe that his death may be connected to the two other murders. Oh. If this is the case, a serpent has lain coiled in the bosom of your community for decades. It may lay there still. What causes a serpent to awaken every few years to stage a new killing? I fear that finding the answer to that question may draw you into its reach. However, if you are determined to find the source of the trouble, I believe you must inquire with your neighbours. I urge caution in your investigation into this matter. If the serpent merely sleeps, it may be dangerous to poke it to its old resting places. I hope this has been of some help to you. May God bless and keep you safe. Jacob Estler. Well, no reply from Esther this time. It must have been delayed due to the heavy snow. The postman said I won't receive any more letters until spring. I better get back to the rat house then. Still more work to be done. Christmas Day. Christmas Day. Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, isn't it? It's Christmas Eve. Of course it is. Christmas Eve. Oh, he's not going to die on Christmas Eve, is he? Jesus. Good morning, Dad. I finally caught up on the mural, and now I can start the final part today. I promise I'll get it done. Magdalene, I'm proud of you. Thanks, Dad. I'm sorry Dr. Stoll said you can't come to the festivities tonight. I know how much you love the Perch and Plough. There's always next year. Not for you, there's not, buddy. Right. How are you feeling? Dr. Stoll said he would come again today. Fine, fine. I'm fine. Are you sure? Do you need anything? No, no. Go on, go on. I'm all right. In fact, my spirits are lifted today. It's Christmas Eve, after all. Of course. What's wrong? Dad, I found a note back in November. A note? What do you mean? It was like a note I found in your plans for the murals. Just a scrap of parchment. It looked like it came out of an old manuscript. Elaborate writing. Purple ink. It just said, stop. Do you know where they came from? Who wrote them? Magdalene, Oh, God, that must be Otz. He said he'd drop by with more firewood. If you know something, I'd like you to tell me, all right? I know. I will. Can we talk about it later? Nod. I'll be back later. This is almost like, I'll tell you about it later, and we come back later, and he's popped his clogs. That's the kind of stuff that's going to happen here. If only we knew. If only we got it out of him. Take care of yourself out there. Go outside. Oh, we're enjoying some festivities here. Okay, Otz is going to stop by. Let's go outside to meet him. How has our relationship developed with Otz? Has he stopped calling you Mags yet? Let's go and find out. Just check if there's anything else that's lingering around in here. Nope. Okay, let's answer the door. Ah, there he is. Oh, he's calling me by my full name. That's a good start. Morning, Magdalene. Oh, look, we've got the little puffs of breath. Morning, Otz. Cold out, isn't it? Freezing. Makes me envy Nico, able to stay inside all day. Even Endress has his forge to keep him warm. Anyway, here, I brought some firewood for you and your dad. Thank you, Otz. You're welcome. So, how's your dad? You think he can join everyone for Christmas Mass? I think he'll stay in bed tonight. I'll do my best to be there. I need to keep working on the mural, though. I'm working on the final section. About the Peasants' Revolt, right? Feels weird to talk about it. It affected Tassing so much, but we were just kids. I can't remember what happened since I was just a baby. I never even knew my dad. That's what makes it difficult. I need to ask those who were already adults that night, but don't want to touch raw nerves. What if you spoke to people while everyone was preparing for the Christmas festivities? Clara sometimes talks about that night. Mom too. You might be able to ask them. Waslav and Matilda are the only two Benedictines left living in Tassing. Maybe they'll talk to me. Huh? I didn't think of that. Still, the mural is for Tassing, not the old abbey. Agnes has always been in Tassing, right? I'd go to her if I were you. Dad said she helped bury everyone who died that night. I wonder if she'd talk about it. It's your project, Magdalene. Might be worth a try. I wrote to the old Archdeacon about it too. He thinks the Baron's murder and Otto's death are connected to the revolt. The who? The man who came to Tassing for the Baron Rothvogel's murder. What about him? He was the judge for the Baron's murder. What if all the deaths in Tassing are connected? I don't see how that old Baron has anything to do with the revolt. Are you feeling all right? I think you're looking for connections that aren't there. Maybe this mural project is getting to you. I need to get to the bottom of this, Otts. There's something more to all of this. I just know it. If you're sure. Look, I'll figure it out somehow. Thanks for the wood. Right, see you later, Mag. Oh, still calling us Mags. Oh, for God's sake. Ugh. She still hates it. Oh, on my back. Oh, yeah. Oof. Yep. Otts is right. I should start talking to people around town. I better get started if I want to talk to everyone before the Perchtenlauf. What does that mean? A Germanic folk ritual celebrated around Christmas time in which townsfolk dress as Perchten and drive evil spirits from the town to protect it in the coming new year. Sounds like fun. Speaking of which, this is all reminding me of the fact that the German markets will soon be in Leeds. I don't usually go to the German market, but this year I want to go to them. I want to go to the German market this year. I've been for a few years, about 2 or 3 years now. In fact, it stopped coming to Leeds for a couple of years, and then it came back again. Started up again last year. Right. So we are here remembering the revolt. We need to talk to several people. He had some good suggestions. Agnes Steinerin, Clara's husband. A lot of people gathering at the Golden Hand to prepare for the Christmas feast. We can go and interfere with those guys and see what's going on. Ruin the festive spirit by bringing up murder, death and murder. Hi, are you enjoying your drink? Oh, yes, I am. Lovely time of year. Just tell me about the murders round here, can you? And your family members that died in the fire, or the revolt that happened. Sorry to put a black mark on the day. Time and place, Mags. Time and place. But we seem to have reached quite a natural point to end. So we kind of feel like we're heading into the final investigation for the final part of the mural. So seems like a good place to end it. And plus, as I said, I don't want to be talking for too much longer, given my situation with lack of being able to drink much. But I will Google it and see if I can have. I can't see how water would spike your blood sugar level, right? Because the whole purpose of this test is to give you a fasting blood sugar test, an insulin test to test all the blood in your the things in your system. So I can't see how water's going to affect that. Surely, water is like very, very neutral. Surely. Hello, Jack. How are you doing? Oh, we'll go a bit longer then. Why not? I can't see how water is going to affect that. But hey, I'm not a doctor, so maybe it will. We'll go and I'm quite interested in going to the Golden Hand to disturb the festivities. We'll go a bit longer. The only reason why we're going to stop is for my own thrill, but I don't mind going with an extra 10 minutes will do. So where are we going? All right, let's rest it. We've done all that. The Revolt of 15-2. So, the Golden Hand. We shall go to the Golden Hand, and we shall speak to the revellers. And we shall see if anybody has any information. I mean, it's the height of winter. Give me a second. I'm going to check again here. I'm fascinated. Oh, it's still snowing. Sorry, we're doing a snow check. Yes, it's the height of winter, it's snowing and it's freezing cold, and she's just put a wrap around her shoulder. She's still got arms showing, shoes, legs there. It doesn't look very warm to me. Maybe she's made of sterner stuff than me. Because don't forget she slept on top of the covers and not under the quilt, so she's clearly well versed. Right, okay, we've got festivities. We haven't got festivities. I think we're a bit early. We've got people hammering bits of meat. Alexander! Well, if it isn't Magdalene. Who was he? I don't recognise these people. That's me. Ah, good. I have seen you around and heard your name mentioned. Yes, I haven't heard yours, so you have me at a disadvantage. I apologise for not introducing myself sooner. I am Alexander. This is my partner, Kazimierz. We are musicians by trade, travellers by necessity. The weather trapped us on our way back to Würzburg for a Christmas celebration. I had hoped to win the Meistersinger competition. What's that? Is that like the medieval version of X Factor? What is that? Members of a guild for lyric poets performing a regular competition. It is. It's like the medieval version of X Factor. The Meistersinger competition, but alas, we are trapped here until the pass is clear. How are you finding Tassing? Everyone has been quite kind, and no one has thrown anything at me for my music. Considering the circumstances, I'm counting that as a success. The Meistersinger of Würzburg. I have to admit, I was quite upset that I had missed my opportunity to sing at the Meistersinger competition. Why are you taking notes? He practiced so much for it. Why are you doing that? Why are you writing it on the board? Yes, it's hard not to view the last year as a waste. You can try again next Christmas, can't you? Of course. Though the older I get, the less comfort I take in the possibilities of the future. Missed opportunities sting more with each passing year. You've got an audience here, people of Tassing. It's a shame for you to waste your talents. I'm sure the people will be grateful. And perform for them I will. I love performing for people wherever I go. When I sing for people, I want to move them. I want to see it on their faces. It's only in that moment that I can connect with them. That's the only truth I know. Meistersinger judges will rate me as they will, but that's not why I want to perform for them. I want to move the masters the way they moved me. Does that make sense? It does, actually. I mean, it's the same with us. We're doing a mural, and we want the mural to move the people of Tassing. Movement through the appreciation of art, whatever form it may take. Just don't sing to ill Peter. You won't get any movement out of him. His face, set in stone. He's 150 years old. Okay. Yeah, my dad is my teacher, and his approval means a lot to me. I think we all want the approval of those who came before us, and someday someone will look at me for approval. Hard to imagine. I'm sorry, just feeling a bit melancholy, I suppose. Come on, it's Christmas. Liven up. You're dressed like a flipping... Well, what the hell does he look like? Some out of a bloody Charlie... Oompa Loompa. No, that's not right, surely. You're dressed like that, you shouldn't be melancholy. You're looking all very festive, red and green, very Christmassy colours. Put a smile on your face. You've got an audience here, and it's all going to go spiffing, I'm sure. It's the lot. Yeah, exactly, Mag. That's what I was trying to say, but you've summed it up much more succinct. Cheer up, Christmas is here. Of course, in our darkest hours, the birth of our Saviour reminds us that dawn will follow. Perhaps the Christmas feast will lift my spirits. Will I see you there? A thimble. A thimble. Yes. It's an acquired taste, is this fashion choice, but it's I'm sure it's all to do with the festivities. Absolutely, almost everyone in town should be there. And then I look forward to it. Until then. Okay, this is not helping our investigation much. Kazimierz, why were you writing on a piece of board? And is it a he? I think it's a he. It's doing it again. And again. Unless it... She's waiting very patiently. Hello, Magdalene. Unless he's writing that and not saying it, and we're reading it as he's saying it, maybe he can't speak. I don't know. Is it? It's got a speech bubble there, so it's confusing me. You're Kazimierz, right? You're with Alexander, musicians? It's okay, I've only got a mural to finish, it's fine. This is how Sister Gertrude felt earlier in the stream. She just stood there whilst we were talking. Yes, I play Sean and lute. He sings. Are you Polish? Oh, linguistic here. She's getting a twang or something. Are you Polish? Okay, so he's not speaking, and the speech bubbles is the portrayal of what he's writing. Which, okay, that was what I was kind of suspecting. But hey, but how would you know he's Polish though, unless he's writing in Polish? And I'm confused. This is linguistics at a level that's beyond me. Are you Polish? Hangfire. His name. I mean, Polish didn't spring to my head when I heard his name, but then again, I'm not a linguist, so perhaps... Kazimierz? Is that Polish? Okay. No. It took you that long to write that? Yes. Close enough. From Calais. Yes, that famous place. Alright, I won't take up any more of your time. That's a polite way of saying I don't want you to take up any more of my time, because waiting for you to write is taking a lot of time. What are you... Oh, it almost sounds a bit rude though, but do you know what? We're going to dress it up as... You're clearly very busy people, and I've got investigations to do. La 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 la. I don't know if he can hum. Probably not. Probably not. Which makes this even more arduous. Da 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 da. Bye. Thanks. God bless you. Oh. Well, thank you for your time, people. Why are you butchering meat here? Oh, it's Władysław. Hans. Jutter. He's looking like he's really putting effort into sweeping this floor, by the way. If you want a job doing. Right, we'll go in order. Alright, Hans. Oh, there's people upstairs as well. Quite a lot of people. Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Hans. Did you need something? Just wanted to see what you were doing. Well, I was just about to leave. I have to go meet Big Jorg soon. Why? There's stuff in the forest he's doing. Stuff? What are you two planning? Nothing. Look, we're not like a detective here, although we clearly are because that's one of our specialties. But I know the face of mischief when I see it. We're just carrying logs. Oh, carrying logs, are you? All right. What are you trying to fool? Why would you do that? We lift big logs to see who's stronger. It's a contest. Well, for a start, you're a fool because Big Jog is big. Clues in the title of his name. So I would imagine he can lift bigger logs than you. For a start. Does anyone else participate in this contest? Not usually, no. There aren't many others in tassing strong enough. Other than Big Jog, of course. Simon's big, like Sep was, but he's not interested. He's always busy taking care of the farm. Maybe Apollo can join us one day. He's been getting stout the last few years. Okay, who's winning so far? If it's not Big Jog, I'll eat my slipper. I'm telling you now. Jog. Well, thank heavens, because I didn't fancy eating my slipper on camera. But barely. I've been gaining on him. Of course you have. You've been hitting the gym. He's growing older and softer with his council work. Okay. I see. Keeps a man hearty and vital, Dr. Stoltz says. Balances the humours. I won't trust anything that man says. You're welcome to join us, Magdalene. I'm gonna laugh. Perhaps you've not noticed, but I'm not very big myself. That's why we've got to get you hefting logs. Don't worry, we'll find you some smaller ones to start with. Maybe it'd put some meat on those bones. Oh, he knows how to charm a lady. So I can look like you? Why not? No, I mean, what's so bad about that? Nothing. I just meant that the press is heavy and you're still pretty scrawny. Keep digging your hole, sir. I shall get back to work now. Until later, Magdalene. Until then. Maybe he is hefting logs in the forest and he's not up to mischief, but hey. After he's hammered the meat. What's love? Now this is where we might get some information. God bless you, Magdalene. Don't know if that was actually coming from here or if it was in the speaker. I thought I had a knocking sound. Hello, what's love? I have an odd question for you. Oh? When I was exploring the Abbey for the mural background, I stumbled upon some stray cats. Were there a lot of cats during your time? Yes, as a matter of fact, there were. There were always cats around the Abbey, but one summer they started begging for food. Persistent little creatures. Brother Lucas swears he never fed them, but I have my doubts. Well, they seem to have made the Abbey their home now. Good for them. At least someone is making use of that old structure. Thank you for telling me, Magdalene. Be well. God bless you and your father. What? That's what we want to talk to him about? I thought we were going to talk to him about the history of the place. Not about the bloody cats. Jutta. Oh, so this is the main conversation. Oh, hello, Magdalene. Again. Hans, the log man. Hello, Magdalene. How's the weather? We've been prepping for the feast in here all day. I'm imagining it probably doesn't smell very nice right now. Nothing's cooking, clearly. We've just got fish, raw meat. How's the weather? Fresh and brisk. Perfect for a walk. We've seen that she doesn't dress for the occasion. She dresses not very warmly, and she seems hardened to the cold. So yeah, she appreciates a fresh and brisk morning. More so than I would, certainly. Exactly, Simon. Better you than me. I stay in here where I can keep my fingers warm. Yes. You want to brush a bit harder. I'm going to keep them a bit warmer. You're not doing a good job there. You better keep your fingers out of my dough, Master Bauer. I didn't do anything. You snuck your little fingers into my cookie dough 3 times today. Do it again and I'll wrap your knuckles with the back of my spoon. Don't anger Mistress Matilda, Simon. Yes, sir. Sorry, Mistress Matilda. We need enough dough to make cookies for the entire town. You can't be eating it all. Anyway, what did you come in for, Magdalene? Good question. We're still getting to the point here. I was hoping you could tell me what you remember of the revolt. I was too young to remember much of it. Drops the bombshell just like that. This is where everybody stops working. No one ever seems to talk about it, and Mistress Matilda and Master Watchlav, you two are the only ones left who used to live in the Abbey. The only ones who stayed anyway. Matilda and I had been friendly enough with the people in town. We put it behind us. In time. You can imagine the other brothers had little reason to remain. Poor old Adoc's heart gave out that night. But it was all too much for him. God rest his soul. Oh, we didn't know that, did we? Brother Adoc had a heart attack on the spot. I'm not sure what happened to the others. All gone in any case. But the whole thing is a sensitive subject. Why are you asking? I want to honour everyone who fought in the revolt in the Rat House mural. Oh, that sounds lovely. I'll tell you what I remember, Magdalene. Wait, Magdalene, here, come cut out cookies with me first. That way we don't fall behind while we chat. That's it, rope us in. Bit of work, it's fine. We'd be grateful for the help. Oh, we've got a cookie cutting minigame. The game is taunting me. I can't eat for 16 hours and the game is having me cook cookies out. I'm having a laugh. It was bad enough watching them slap meat about. Oh, heavens. Right. All right, Magdalene, cut the cookies from the dough and set them aside. Simon could put them onto a tray. Right, very good. We're going to do lots of love hearts here. We'll need a good number in a variety. Oh, she wants a variety of shapes. Oh, God. So don't hesitate to change which cutter you use. We have to have enough for the whole town, after all. Right, okay. We'll start with the love heart. Right, I wonder how accurate we have to be with this. Oh, we can spin it around. Oh, my God. This is precision work. Oh, apparently that's not good enough. Right, I'll do it. There we go. Oh, we've got a little pattern on it as well. We're going to do 2 love hearts. There we go. No. Oh, come on. How many do we need? How much is enough for the town? Well, we've got a little Twitter bird before Elon Musk took over. Oh, God, come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Look, oh, they've got all the proper shapes and everything here. Right, some, what are these, diamonds? Rhombus? I think this is a rhombus, right? We're using the mathematical terms here. Look at that, we can fit it right there. Oh, we're getting technical now. Oh, no, we can't. No. Not enough room there. About there. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, look at that. Fitting that in the gaps now. Oh, yeah, I feel like we're doing the Lord's work here. Right, carry on. There we go, and we'll stick one there. Look at that. Oh, these cookies are coming along nicely. We'll do a circle cookie. I mean, circle cookies are boring, really, but hey. Oh, we can't do that. There's a bit of too much gap there. We'll put another rhombus here. There we go. Look at that. Right. Circles are not the most space-efficient shapes, you know. We'll do some circles at the bottom here. A few circles here. Boring, circly cookies. There we go. And some more love heart. Not enough love heart cookies, I think. Just some more love heart cookies here. I mean, we could be really out there. See you later, Charm. Have a good evening. I will be finishing after we've finished in this inn, and we finish cutting cookies out. I'm going to do upside down love hearts because hey, why wouldn't you? There we go. Look at this. Right, I think we're kind of scuppered now. Other than maybe the odd little birdie here. Maybe can we squeeze one in? Oh no. Oh, hang on. We could probably do it like that, right? Oh, no, not there. Maybe here. Like maybe. Oh, for heavens! I'm determined to get something here. I don't like to see waste. Oh, look at that! Beautiful. Oh, this is such a fun mini game. What did you do? I spent my time cooking, cutting out cookies in the game. Entertainment no end. Right, there we go. We can probably fit some... Can we fit another bird in there? Like maybe there, spin it there. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Are we done? Maybe we can squeeze another bird here. Like that. Maybe there? Come on. Come on. Come on, little birdie. Come on, little birdie. Oh, this is such a tight squeeze. Nah, can't do it. Right, close. I've cut. Are you done? Look at that. It's a piece of art. This could be our final mural piece. Cookie gate. These look wonderful. Thank you. You can make more if you want, but it looks like we have enough. No, I think I'm all cookied out now. Let me try it. No, I'm good. I'm good. Just put loads of icing sugar on them and all that kind of jazz. I wonder what flavour they are. Chocolate chip? Baking Christmas cookies is always a delight. Oh, and thank you, Chan. Thank you. Yes, Christmas cookies. Lots of spice, cinnamon, allspice, cookie flavour. Cookie, oh, come on. Come on. My favourite types of cookies, I will admit, is one of two. It's either white chocolate chip, but my favourite is oatmeal and raisin. Oatmeal and raisin cookies, oh, delicious. Absolutely delicious. And I won't hear anything other than that. Thank you very much. We better keep going if we're going to have everything ready by the procession tonight. So what can we tell you, Mags? Don't call me Mags. I heard the Landsnecks came into town before the revolt and warned everyone to leave the abbey alone. Why don't anybody listen? They were trained soldiers and they killed so many people. Oh, some people did. Your father, for one. He left the peasants' cause after that. He's never forgiven himself for that. That's why I'm making the mural. That won't bring any of them back, though, will it? Enough, Jutta. It's not Magdalene or Klaus's fault the revolt turned out so poorly. There were some people who wanted to talk. Master Marler worked hard to keep the peace, but after Otto was killed... Oh, Andreas. A shame how he died. We at the monastery were fond of him. It's too soon. Is it too soon? How long ago did this happen? About a month ago? Still too soon. Please, don't mention his name in my presence. He lives on, though, in CK2, so it's fine. Dad said he was instrumental in keeping the revolt from getting out of hand. He regrets not standing by him. Yes, he was. He had a personal dinner with the abbot to try and discuss things, I believe. Game of the Year edition for Pathfinder was announced. Okay, so remember, I seem to recall I've got the original version. Didn't you gift it to me, Shelley? I'm sure somebody gifted me the original version, the original Wrath of the Righteous. I'm sure it was you. I'm testing my memory now. So the Game of the Year edition, would that have to be a separate purchase, or would it be like which game was it now? The game could have been me. Definitely, it was definitely you. Yeah, I think I do recall. Oh, it's just got all the DLC. But what was that game called when it came? They released like a definitive edition or a special edition. But for people that had bought the original game, they gave you it as a free download. Disco Elysium. Disco Elysium. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Pathfinder, I must admit. But I just dread it's going to be another 200-hour series. So I say dread. I don't dread it, but it is a big undertaking, but one that I'm seriously looking forward to. I still have my heart set on a druid, if you remember. I was going to create a druid character, maybe a multi-class druid. Never had a druid before in any of my playthroughs, so I am quite interested in that. So I still do recall that's what I was going to go with, I think. A pity they couldn't come to an agreement. Not for multi-class. Oh, there's plenty of time for me to change my mind. Not that we're min-maxing here. Mind you, you know me, multi-classing... Did I multi-class in the original Pathfinder with anybody? Obviously Elquist wasn't multi-class, he was a rogue, right? Did we multi-class anybody? We must have multi-classed somebody, surely. Andres did a lot of good for Tassing and Keosau too, even if the old abbot failed to admit that. Even revealed corruption in our own midst. The old prior Ferenc had been doing witchcraft in the church. That's questionable. I still grieve that he died in the Abbey fire. I know your father does too, Magdalene. Yes, I'm still grieving. Stop reminiscing. Poor Andreas. I know. Companions work very well in Wrath of the Righteous. That's good to know. I'm not usually the best when it comes to multi-classing and stuff. I'm not the most complex person when it comes to character builds. So yeah, the less multi-classing really for me, the better, to be fair. It's difficult enough to get your head around levelling up one class of character. The character into one class, rather. So the revolt, was it just was it justified in general? Would it have been best to leave the matter alone? Yeah. No, not then. We couldn't even collect in the forest without a fee. Dad kept saying we couldn't live with higher and higher taxes. The night Otto died, the abbot was trying to excommunicate everyone for celebrating St. John's Eve. A lot of people thought the abbot killed him in revenge. Turns out it was Brother Guy. He was embezzling funds from the abbey. It wasn't... We know this. We suspect this. It wasn't Brother Guy at all, but hey, he was a good scapegoat. Still, after Otto and Ulrich, that was too much. We burned the mill with both bastards inside. The abbot promised to help if Andreas found the person who killed Otto. All we wanted was to talk. To talk? But didn't you say you just burned down the mill? Yes, but only to protect ourselves. Leonard and Guy were both murderers. It was too much for Peter. Leonard was one thing. He had just killed Ulrich. But to burn the abbey? When the Landsnecks saw the fire, they thought they had another revolt on their hands. Even Father Gernot couldn't stop them. We all fled. Brother Florian saved as many as he could, but Peter was wrong to burn the abbey. But what the soldiers did, that was awful. Dad died protecting me, stabbed in the chest. That's pretty sad, to be fair. Because his father, if you remember, was that horrible man that was berating his wife in front of Andreas at the dinner table, I seem to recall. I don't even remember what he was wearing, but I remember how dark the blood was when we found him. Almost black and sticky like treacle. Oh, good grief. This is not good at all. Dad socked one of the soldiers in the face, but another was right there and... Oh, Magdalene, can we stop talking about this? I did say. Of course, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset anyone. Thanks, Magdalene. It's hard to discuss sometimes, you know. Good luck. We'll see you at the procession later. Until then. Oh, we don't get to speak with the people upstairs, apparently. It's a shame. Oh, it's Christmas midnight here. Cookie cutter. Right, we've got an update there. I helped the folks at the Golden Hand with making cookies. We also talked about some of the monks and nuns from Keosau and what happened to them. Oh, look at that little drawing there. So, is that the Golden Hand done? Must be, right? Okay, so we have to talk to Agnes and Clara's husband. There are actually still people upstairs. There's Hannah and there's Killian, but we're going to end the session here now. It's 10:25. Oh, I can use the control keys to walk around here. So yes, there you go, folks. Our investigations continue. We are digging into the final chapter of the mural, which is to find out about the revolt, which may yield some further information about these murders, because of course we are no closer to the answer as to who's committing them, but I feel that we're going to get there at some point. We better do, otherwise oh, the cham's gone now, but we were talking about that film, Rebel Ridge, whatever the film was called, and I was saying it was the ending. I hate a film, right, where you're watching it and you're watching it and you're watching it, especially if it's an average film at best, and then the ending is just like so underwhelming. And that was the same with that film. It was just like, and it's ended, and I'm like, what? Is that it? Anyway, so yeah, hopefully we don't have that in this game. You know, we go through everything, we do our mural, happy days, and we never find out who the murderer is. Of course, that's not going to happen. But could you imagine? Could you imagine if we never find out who's committed all these murders? Oh, it'd be horrific. I wonder if anybody's done that. A developer's done that in a game. You know, created all this drama, tension. Who's done it? And you never find out. That'd be so evil. Or one of those endings where they leave it to your imagination to fill in the blanks. I hate those kind of endings too. Some films do that. They kind of leave you wondering what might have happened. God, I like endings to be neatly wrapped up with a bow on top, and exactly just like that, so that I have no work to do to wonder, imagine what's happened. But anyway, I'm digressing slightly. So thanks for watching this evening, folks. Keeping me entertained this fine, cold, chilly and snowy Monday as it is here at the moment. Tomorrow I'm playing football at 7:30, so there'll be a pre-football stream, more than likely. And it's going to be... what's it called? Suzerain. It's going to be Suzerain. We're going to play some more Suzerain, because things, if you remember, if you watched yesterday, are hotting up. We have spat in the face, essentially, of the court, the Supreme Court, and we are on the brink of being impeached. But we're going to go down fighting. So that's going to be tomorrow. I'll probably start round about 5-ish, more than likely. So hopefully some of you can join me for some of that. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of your evening, folks. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, I shall see you soon, and of course we'll play out with some more of this fantastic menu music. Have a good one, folks, and this evening I won't be going for my cup of tea because I'm nil by mouth. See ya.